You should see me in a crowd. Gonna run, there's nothing to help. Watch me make them bow. One bite, one bite, one bite, one bite. You should see me in a crowd. Your silence is my favorite sound. Watch me make them bow. One bite.
When the world is watching and you need your logo to be perfect, you need certainty. At 4imprint, we give you the ultimate guarantee. Because when something has your logo on it, it matters to you, your customers, your coworkers, and to us. Our wide selection always changes to keep up with the latest trends. But there is one thing we delivered that's timeless: certainty. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.ca. 4imprint, for certain.
Hi, I'm Matt Veers, President of Veerbrand Medical Supply. Veerbrand is proud to be the official medical supply partner of the CCAA and the National Championships. Be sure to shop online at veerbrand.com and take advantage of our school rebate program. Follow us on social media for monthly specials. We wish all the best to this year's participating teams and athletes at the National Championships, and thank you for your continued support.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We had a bit of a rough start to the season. So it was time to update Dylan's gear. Kahuniverse.com had it all, including equipment and our team's custom clothing. Looking playoff ready, Dylan.
From prospect to pro, Kahuniverse.com.
When I met you in the you in the summer, so my heart beats out. We fell in love as the leaves turn brown, and we could be together, babe, as long as skies are blue. You act so innocent now, but you light so soft. gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band brought up that one. Break it. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch.
Welcome, everyone, to the 2021 Canadian Collegiate Athletic Association Men's Soccer National Championship hosted by SAIT. Game 7 of this event, the Humber College's Hawks and Montmorency College Nomads in a match that will determine the first gold medal game participant on Saturday. Now please rise if you're able to do so, remove your hats, and join us in the singing of O Canada.
The eyes.
Welcome to the pitch here at Cohoes Commons Fieldhouse at the SAIT Campus Center in Calgary, Alberta, as we have match number 7 on the way here for the 2021 CCAA National Championship for men's soccer. Jeremy Lee, David Owe on the call with you. And we have a terrific matchup in store for you as the #1 overall team in the nation, the Humber Hawks, taking on number 8, Les Nomades de Montmorency. And we expect this to be one of the top matches of the tournament.
Oh, thanks for having me again, Jeremy. And honestly, yes, both teams are extremely strong. The Humber Hawks, maybe not point-wise in the last game, only getting by with 1-0. But the Nomads, they got 4-1 to get over here. I think this championship season is definitely going to be one of the greatest in the past few years. I'm definitely looking forward to this game.
Humber, of course, with a 1-0 victory over the Brandon Bobcats in their quarterfinal matchup. And for Les Nomades, it was a 4-1 win over the Nate Ooks in their quarterfinal matchup in the second game. This action is underway here. We have ourselves a goal kick. Ondo Richard, one of the key players for Montmorency. But it's Nunez with a strike early on for Humber College.
Both teams already showing their fangs right now. Already going for the goal, very strong.
Nunez, 9 goals in 9 matches at the national stage, failing to score in the 1-0 victory in the quarterfinal yesterday, coming out aggressive early on. We saw that with Mahesh from the Nate Ooks as well. Goalless in his opening quarterfinal matchup and came out and stormed out with 4 goals for Nate.
I think what we found today is that yesterday's play was not necessarily each team's best. And definitely the last 2 games that we played with the Trojans, the Ooks, the Huskies, they've all played a much better game, in my opinion, than they did yesterday. And I think that's just everyone getting used to the environment, getting used to playing the cold, the wind. So I definitely think we will see a higher level of play from yesterday in this match today.
So Montmorency with another goal kick once again. Varkes Moradian draws a start as the goalkeeper, allowing just 1 to Nate on a penalty kick. Matthew Cool will watch that run out of bounds. If you guys are just joining us, we had a terrific, thrilling match between the State Trojans, the host team, and the George Brown Huskies. Trojans leading for most of the match in that one, 1-0, and the Huskies tied it up in a stoppage time. And then it went to penalty kicks with the Huskies taking it 4-3. So the host State Trojans are done for the tournament.
It is unfortunate what happened to the Trojans, but when you're down a player like that in a critical moment, that's just what happens in soccer. It weakens the formation, and they were just able to get in there. And with such an even team as well, that's why something like that was key. Because the moment they got their playmaker out, the Trojans just lost a lot of cohesiveness and lost a lot of their defensive strength. And I mean, it was a good goal from the Huskies, but can't help but feel it wouldn't have happened if they had all 10 players there.
Yeah, Bradley Atherton was the player that was given the red card and really the key cog on that back end. And they looked a little disorganized, and he knew it was coming for George Brown, and they were able to capitalize. And their credit to their goalie as well for coming out huge for that one.
Absolutely. My opinion, both goalies should have been MVP, but George Brown's, the Huskies goalie, definitely the most key player in that game. He saved the Huskies from being 100% out with how aggressive the Trojans were. Oh, it was great play throughout that game. I'm looking for more great play throughout this game as well.
A little bit of a stoppage here as we have a player down on the pitch. Also like to welcome our resident coach, Sean Carey, back to the booth here. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, a little late there. A quick bite to eat.
Sorry.
In the games.
Quick transition between the thrilling game. We were just talking about the thrilling game with Sate and George Brown, and now we transition to potentially one of the best games we'll see in this national championship.
Yeah, I'm expecting the same. There's two.
Swing is in there.
You know, two of the highest ranking teams that we have here, and
oh, what a strike there! Just missing the right post.
And the quality that both these teams possess. Yeah. I've once this matchup was set yesterday, I've been looking forward to this game.
That's 2 close goals in almost 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes, that's just shows the sort of quality we're looking for tonight.
So it's a goal kick coming to Humber. Plenty of experience on that back end there. So as much as we see it, we'll see a ton of skill here on the pitch today. I think we could very well see a defensive effort as well. 2 very good back lines. Nice get from Nunez. He'll turn back for Ugello. And the whistle goes up.
It was offside.
Exhaust Gadabui. He was a catalyst of sorts in the first half of yesterday's game.
He was, yeah. Yeah, he was definitely one of their main players and main threats.
Yeah, just provide that energy, that intensity, setting the tone a little bit too, right?
You betcha.
And so now it's Les Nomads' turn. We'll have a throw-in on the far side of the pitch. I'm really interested to see how Humber comes back today. I don't think we saw the most accurate team.
I don't think we did. I think we said earlier on in the broadcast before that I think after 75 minutes it seemed like they were content with the 1-0. They kept control of the game. I mean, they were in total control the whole day, but yeah, I mean, you're coming up against a team here that's got, like, every player's got so much skill, every player's got so much speed. So they're going to have to lift their energy levels as well, and see if they can, get some momentum going in a game like this.
Ball there, and that's out of harm's way.
Yeah, his keeper won't thank him for that one.
Paven getting in there for Humber, mixing it up at midfield. Dante Paven drawing the start here in this afternoon's matchup. Started on the bench in yesterday's game. Nice turn from Exaz. Could not hook up there with Leao. And now it's Le Nomad. A brilliant game from Alexandre Marcoux. Number 9 for Le Nomad, who had 2 early goals in the first half.
Yeah.
And I remember you were marveled by his upper body strength.
I was.
Right?
Yeah, no, he's just,
You see a tackle there.
Yeah, that was a little over the ball there. I mean, I got one in here. But he was all over the field yesterday, and I'm just marveling about the speed and how quick they get. They get from a defensive situation through mid. They don't bypass their midfields. They play through their mid into the striker's feet, and they've got so many runners.
So we'll see if we get an early start from Marcoux. Phantom touch there from Paven. He'll let it go. And that Is a throw in for Humber. Osman Hussein, the player of the match from yesterday's game. We'll see if he can make an impact. Ondo Richard battling tough there.
Snell took the DJ out behind us there.
So 12 minutes have gone here in the opening half. 0-0 draw at the moment with Marcoux battling. Rodriguez and Marcoux come together. It'll be a throw-in coming to the Humber Hawks. Nice win there.
Just so patient. Like, didn't give a foul, waited for his opportunity to win the ball, and then just
Kamga, the team captain, almost losing it to Marcos Nunez. And there is a yellow card issue there as Matthew Kuhl is still down.
Yeah, he went over the top of the ball there. He's actually probably lucky not to see worse than that.
Is he favoring that leg, or what do you,
yeah,
what do you
is.
see
He
there?
went right on top of the foot, right by.
Okay.
Right top of the ankle there.
So the AT staff will come out, and don't forget the winner of this matchup will punch their ticket to the final.
Yeah, there's
How
a lot
exciting
of,
is that?
yeah, it is. A lot of stake right now, right? So you can see both teams are ready for this game. They look like they've come prepared, got themselves coming out of the dressing room in the right frame of mind, and sometimes that's not the easiest thing to do, especially with pressure that's come in for what's at stake, like we just said.
Well, sometimes we've seen the opposite effect too, where teams will come out and they're tentative, and nerves will come into play, and sometimes they might play a little undisciplined even.
Yeah, and I mean, I think with this Momo team, I mean, you can just tell that they have a set way of playing, and they just stick to it. This is the way we play. This is, it doesn't seem to phase them in terms of, the size of the stage. Playing against the number one ranked team in the country here, and already, they're having a little bit of success, on the forward end. And what they've given back here really has been mistakes from the defensive side.
I think that's what you were saying there, Jeremy, goes back to the very first game with the Ooks versus the Bobcats. Two different mentalities going into the game. We saw the Ooks raring for it, eventually going for a 6-0 clean-out, but the Bobcats just seem to not be able to keep up.
Yeah,
I think that's why mentality is just so important when you're going into a game. How you think and what you're pushing forward will determine how well you play.
Matthew Kuhl takes the free kick, so that foot seems to be okay. And he's definitely doing everything he can to stay in this match. One of the key pieces to this back line for Les Nomades.
And when you look across the back line, as they're right in front of us right now, how compact they are. There's no gaps. Yeah. You can just see that just drilled into them, the discipline, the structure, and how they shift together as a unit.
Incidental contact there. Kamga swing and a miss, but a nice cover and recovery. We have another whistle here. Tensions are rising here on the pitch. A lot at stake, like we had mentioned, so let's see which team will crack the goose egg first. Exhaust on the right wing. Not much he could do with it, but he will earn his team a corner kick. And of course, they're going to send their two center backs up.
Yeah, the big towers. We can call them.
Better. And Gasparotto looking for a handball. Nothing there.
I don't think you can give that. his hands wasn't away from his body, and he was so tight. He was so close to where it was headed from.
And of course, every member of the Humber Hawks calling for that handball.
We had 10 more referees on the field at that point right there.
Katsaros with the throw-in for Les Nomad. Chauki, who had possibly the goal of the tournament so far. Did you see any more highlight reel goals?
The one that tied the game here against
okay.
it was a great strike from the edge of the box there. But I don't think it tops the one from yesterday.
Yeah, that was Chauki with took that out of the air.
Oh yeah,
and
that was
it was a laser beam into the top corner.
Yeah.
Katsaros to throw in once again. Trying to hook up with Chauki. Again, no fouls for Humber as they're screaming at their teammates. I believe that was Chauki going down. Matthew Cool battling with Marcos Nunez. Again, you can see the pace of this game.
The quick movement.
Yeah, the twitch moves.
Yeah, how fast they want to.
Kamga claiming no hand touch. So a couple of close calls here early on. Humber not too impressed with the lack of whistles. And they're forced to play a little bit more defense here.
Some foul.
Yeah, some tough battling deep in Humber territory.
Yeah, that's a place as a coach you just don't want you to play at a foul because defender's in trouble right there. He's got his he has his back to you. Just make him jockey, and he did a really good job there of winning the corner out of it.
So the shadows creeping in here at the Cohoes Commons Fieldhouse at the SAIT Campus Center. We'll see if that comes into play later on. The sun's starting to set here in Calgary, and the temperature will dip a bit as well, and the stadium lights will be starting to come on. So a lot of factors at play here.
Offside.
A swing and a miss and an offside call. Yeah. Marcoux right in the middle of all of that.
Yeah, another warning sign right there for Humber. Just able to find that little pocket of space.
We talked about a little bit about it yesterday too. About you have to make yourself available.
You
right?
do,
Yeah.
absolutely, and you can see. I mean, everybody on the Quebec team here, they want the ball.
Yep.
None of them are shying away from it. They're all looking for it.
Well, and they're giving their teammates options for passing too, right? So Cool goes to Meridian, and he'll send it away. Cut off neatly there by Hussein.
The one thing you want to do as well, why not just making yourself available? You need to make yourself known to be available. And that's one thing that these teams definitely have that I've seen better than the few matches we had earlier today. That everyone seems to know where their teammates are.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be going for it. Unlike definitely in some of the passes I saw in the last few games so far today, that there were some people that were open, but the person who was passing just couldn't see them. So they missed a great pass that potentially could have led to a goal. That just goes to show you the discipline of both of these teams, how tightly they've drilled themselves to be able to go for this.
Yep, the structure that they have and the.
Mondo Richard, and he gets a chest full of Jacob Rodriguez. He'll shake off the cobwebs. Federico Leal lays one in for Exaz. And Katabui has that taken away. Good battle along the left side there by both teams. And it's Humber trying to break away here. But some solid midfield play by Les Nomad. Trying to squeeze it through.
Yeah, it might be a better option there just to hold, like play that ball into there and then just hold it up and wait for the runner to go by.
Just keeping it in play. Rodriguez, nice job to fend off a defender.
We've just crossed the 23rd minute of play so far, just a bit over halfway through the first half, and both teams are very charged, very active. I mean, it's just been a great match, guys.
It has. It's like it's kind of going to be like a chess match, right? The last game we were talking, it's going to come down to maybe 1-2 chances, and it'll be who takes them. You know, just like you just talked about how drilled in they are and how disciplined they are with their formations, their structures. That you know, to be able to open each defense, it's going to take something special.
Look at that run there from El Harsheli, who did not dress in yesterday's game, but he is making his presence known, number 7 in white.
Yeah, I've noticed him. Yeah. I've noticed him a lot in the plays today, and it goes to show how deep the bench is for Momo, and the quality that they have all over.
El Harsheli picking up a Student Athlete of the Week for RSEC in one of the final weeks of regular season play. An impact player for Les Nomad. Nunez. No one there for Humber, and Cool will let it go out for a goal kick. And you're right, Coach. I mean, this has a feel of a chess match for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and we're just seeing all these strategic moves. No one wants to make a mistake. But we're seeing some good battles at midfield too.
We are. It'll come down. You know, we talk lots of times about winning your second ball, winning your one-on-one battles. If you can succeed in your one-on-one battles, especially if you're a winger going up against your fullback, that might be the key to creating that one opportunity that's required to win a game like this.
Luca Uccello, the goal scorer for the Humber Hawks in yesterday's game, here he is to throw in. Ball stays with Humber. Finds its way to Uccello. Oh, the header was almost there for exhaust. Katsaros in the middle. Nunez picks it off, trying to find a teammate. Leal is streaking on the left side. Nunez slips a tackle. Easy save there for Meridian. A Nomad breakout here. Nice play from Marcoux to send it down the left wing. The cross comes in. That's deflected neatly away from Gasparotto. An aggressive play there.
He'd done the hard work by beating his fullback, and then you got to get past that first defender. Give your forwards an opportunity to be able to get on the end of that one.
So it'll be another goal kick coming to the Humber Hawks. Both goalies getting plenty of touches here in the early going. And that is sent out wide for Rodriguez. They say it's out on the sideline. Yep.
Yeah, I think
the right call.
Yep.
Katsaros trying to find Ondo Richard, and that's stripped away neatly from Rodriguez. We have a stoppage in play. Ball still stays with Humber. As both teams come together there.
Yeah, he was in the back.
Exhaust saying he had gotten bodied there, but it'll be a free kick here for Les Nomad.
Yeah, he had good position on him there. Come across, just waiting for that contact.
Yeah, nice close off from Matthew Cool. And the foot still holding up here for him. He sends it down. Hondo Richard right in there. It's picked up by Federico Leal. He's bodied out. Oh, nice job to keep it in play.
Oh, Nemegs.
Good concentration from Katseros to send it away. Exemeta boots it down. Holger Exemeta registering a clean sheet in yesterday's match. We have another takedown at midfield, and tension starting to rise here.
Yeah, that was not a good challenge. And you know what? You don't need to do that there. There's no, he's not going anywhere there. You're on the, you're in the offensive zone.
I believe they're gonna get Marcos Nunez with the yellow card there.
It has been given. We've definitely seen both teams be a tad more aggressive. I think both frustrated and none have got a goal so far. It being almost half an hour now. You know, the weather how it is, the cold getting to them. I'm sure all of them want something to cheer them up and look forward to.
Well, part of it too is like who's going to blink first? Who's going to get frustrated with this chess match, right?
Yeah.
And so we're starting to see the signs of leakage here as Humber takes a yellow card. Certainly not going to catch the pace that we saw last game, though, in yellow cards.
No, there was a lot there. And just the way that those two teams had set up in the first games, it was not a surprise to me.
Nice steal from Marcos Nunez. He puts on the brakes, sends it in. Kamga clears it away. Cool is there in support, but it finds its way back to Nunez. Little ball fake, and Shauki takes it away. He starts upfield the other way. And Les Nomad in control. Calmly they go. And you're seeing this very calculated play from Les Nomad. You know, even when they have a counterattack, they don't rush things.
No, they don't.
You know? Yeah.
No, they don't at all. And
like they want to make sure they have numbers. They want to make sure they have clear passing lanes. All of that, right?
they don't waste the ball, right?
Right, yeah.
Very often, like, I mean, as we said that, then they give away. But you know, for the most part, they don't. There's not a lot of cheap giveaways.
Hussein just gets past the tackle. And Monteser gets
the second yellow card of the game.
I mean, that was right in front of us. I didn't see much in that.
Well, like I was telling David off air, I thought Halloween was over, but I guess we're just still giving out the yellow candy left, right, and center here. And we've got 2 yellow cards in the last 5 minutes.
Oh, of how important the medals are. It's no wonder everyone's trying to play a few tricks every once and again.
Yeah. So they'll get El Harsheli for the yellow card, and it'll be Luca Uccello. He'll swing it in. Gasparotto up there. It's a low drive in, a deflection, and just goes wide. Offside anyway.
That was a quality ball in. Caused all kinds of trouble.
You know, we'd expect those kind of deliveries from a former TFC2 player. And so it remains scoreless here, eclipsing the 31-minute mark here in the first half. Meridian Hesitates a bit, but he'll send it away deep. Nice little back heel from Paven. And puts it into a crowd. Coming away with it, Marcoux. Ondo Richard. He loses it to Rodriguez. Cool trying to battle and unable to keep it in play. Both teams playing well defensively. We're seeing a lot of turnovers, right? And,
it's 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 kind of what you're expecting. There's not going to be an abundance of chances.
Yeah.
It's
the possession changing quickly too, right?
Yeah, there's nobody's really getting any prolonged passing spells together and creating any opportunities that way. So
yeah. And it hasn't necessarily been for a lack of talent. It's certainly been very, very defensive.
But you watch how much time they have on the ball.
Yeah.
Like you watch
the closing speed is unreal.
Oh, it is. Yeah, like it.
Rodriguez sends it to the middle for Hussein. But again, players right on
Offside.
him. Offside given.
I think it just goes back to what we said in a previous match. Championships are won by defense.
Yep.
And both of these teams know that fact.
Yep, and you're seeing it on full display here. Both teams just closing in on the ball quite quickly. Cool, looking for a bit of daylight here.
Handball.
Again, another handball goes undetected. Coach calling that one.
Oh.
And a bit of a fumble there from Exemeta, but he'll hold on to it.
From the line we were looking at, it looked like the attacker was right on it, but looking at the screen there, he was a couple of yards by him.
Gasparotto wearing the captain's armband for this evening's matchup. Nunez flicks it in. No one there. Exhaust the closest to it, but he was still a few yards away. Moradian. Another heavy boot. Midfield. Trying to find Marcoux. El Harshali right in the middle of things as well. Beautiful run down the left side. In it goes. The flick on. Oh, a nice clear there from Rodriguez.
Just about to pull the trigger there.
Down it goes. Cool sends it back. It finds its way back to Federico Leal. Katabui working one-on-one against Cool. He sends it in. Paven. Left foot cross. Ondo Richard, he's got some room. Makes contact with Hussein, that slows him down. So that works out in Humber's favor. Uccello.
Oh,
Swing
great effort
there from Marcos Nunez from his backside. He's literally dangerous from anywhere.
Yeah, no, that was good technique right there, and a good strike, and luckily for the goalie there, it went the other side of the post for him.
Just a little off target from Nunez, and kind of like Mahesh for the Nate Ooks, we look to see Nunez get a bit closer in range. As the ball swings in, oh, that just goes over.
How did that stay out?
Oh, no kidding. Exhaust looking for all sorts of answers here. He is puzzled.
I don't.
It defied the laws of physics. I have no idea how that stayed out, but it did. It certainly did from our end.
Montmorency is definitely thinking, I believe.
So Moradian will look to kick it away. Hurted.
Yep.
Yeah,
a couple of good opportunities there in the last couple of minutes for Humber.
Yeah, Nunez right in the thick of things there for the Humber Hawks.
And we're going to wear a little bit from playing through their central midfielders when they're having good success earlier in the half. They seemed a little bit more prone right now to go down the wings a little bit.
Marku plays it in. Shauki loses it to Hussein. Hussein had a marvelous game yesterday, a through ball, and Kamga steers it aside. Through ball there, makes its way to Saeed Shauki. Les Nomad have time on the left side. Again, looking for that precision, trying to set things up here, but it's taken away by Humber. The Hawks, ever so dangerous. Here's the transition game. Nunez, and a nice cutoff from Meridian. Exhaust bearing down, middle of the field.
Just something you hate to see when you shoot a ball, it going straight into the goalie's hands. It's never encouraging for that.
Big deflection on that one.
Exhaust bearing down once again, making contact with Meridian. And he's saying he got the ball, but Varkey's Meridian down. We've got controversy here in the penalty area.
From the way I saw that, he had all rights to go for that ball to the striker there. The ball was loose.
Yeah, let's take another look here.
The ball was loose. The goalie never had control of the ball.
Nicholas Desjardins right in the middle of it, protecting his goalkeep. Exhaust Katabui. He's playing with high emotion right now. He's been a threat for Humber. He's mixing it up, you know?
He's been the one that could unlock this Momo defense here.
Well, that's one way to unlock it. You just go right at the goalkeeper, right?
But the ball was there to win, right?
And yeah. So Meridian looks to be okay here after that heavy collision with Exhaust Katabui. And so far, you know what? It looks like Humber has had the better chances so far.
They have, yeah. Yeah, after that first early onslaught for Momo, Humber's definitely grown into this game, and the creativity now. You can just see their players are starting to feel a lot more confident about creating some opportunities.
Yeah, and as much as Exhaust has been threatening, I've also really enjoyed Marcos Nunez. Even though it hasn't shown up on the goal sheet yet, you know, he's provided his team with a lot of chances.
Yeah.
And he's creating a lot of turnovers too.
Yeah, he is. And if you look, they've upped their pressure on the ball.
Here comes Nunez once again, providing chances. Nice move from Paven with the left foot. And that just sails wide. So the Hawks really testing this back line for Momo.
It's looking like Nunez is essentially going to be playing the role of Maresh in this game. Definitely seems to be the playmaker for the Humber Hawks so far. And he's definitely the one going up ahead, trying to change the pace and the rhythm of the game so far.
Yeah, he's seen a lot of the ball in the last 15 minutes here, and I think right now the Nomads are probably just happy to just see this half out now with only 3.5 minutes left, and kind of regroup again at halftime and see if we can and start the second half like they started the first.
Yeah, the first half, just as we expected between these two powerhouse teams. Another collision here at midfield. I believe that's Federico Leal making contact with a Nomad player. So that's why we have another stoppage at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything in that one. I think he just caught his back leg as he was going by him.
Shauki, the player of the match for Les Nomad yesterday. He'll look to shake it out. Monteser with the free kick. Left foot in. Nice turn from Marcoux. And an even better save from Exemeta.
Yeah, that was like we call it half chance. And if you're going to have somebody on the end of it, that's the guy you want on the end of it. And he got a good strike away there.
Well, you go to the guy with some incredible upper body strength, right? And a nice box out from him, too.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not easy to beat those central defenders in the air.
Nope. That's right. Fayun, the OCAA tournament MVP. Here comes Katseros trying to feed Marcoux, and that doesn't connect, and so it's Monteser's turn. Turning upfield. Tackle last touch by Uccello. Exemeta. Alexandre Marcoux watching him.
Good step up.
Exhaust held up. He's frustrated. Ondo Richard.
Well, you just seem to get hold of the ball right now.
Hussein looking to lead the charge here for the Hawks. It's Leal. Swings it in. And it's a goal kick. And you see Nunez complaining he could not see. So again, the shadows, the sunlight, it's all playing a factor here. That's played all the way down to Gasparotto. El Harsheli watching Hussein.
It's just something you always have to watch out for when you play soccer at a professional level. The environment is key to how you'll play, whether it's the kind of turf you're on, the sunshine, whether you're outdoors, indoors, you know, how cold it is like right now. It all has an effect on a player's physicality, and you can definitely see how that's affecting the players mentally as well in this game.
So Humber looking for a last-second effort here as we approach halftime. 0-0 the score. Fayun pushing it. Trying to get Rodriguez, but just a little out of his reach. And Katseros happily going with a slow jog back to the ball. Taking his sweet time, trying to track it out of the lights.
And why not, right? It's 45 minutes are up. We're into injury time now.
And he's taking most of the throw-ins now. Trying to hook up with Marcoux. And that's Desjardins being taken down heavily. Incidental contact, potentially. I didn't see much there, did you?
I didn't at all. No.
I saw both players. I think they just reached for the ball at the same time,
Just
twisted their legs between each other, fall down. I mean, when you're going for the ball like that in such a short time, you feel the pressure. That's just what's going to happen. You're going to collide with someone eventually.
Leal and Desjardins coming together. Big time collision, but those two seem to be okay as Kuhl sends it away. In the air it goes, and that will take us to halftime. A 0-0 score. Which team will crack first coming up after this? You know what, Sean? This game started early, so I don't know what happened.
No,
so.
because I was kind of timing it. I figured we'd be about 5 minutes late.
Yeah? Doing John? Yeah. I'm interviewing you. But they told me about like 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes?
No. In how much time?
I don't know. know. Yeah, you have to ask him.
Yeah, they're asking when we're gonna do the interview. We have a person.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone's here. Yes. Okay, we're gonna do it right now. Okay.
Right now. Welcome back, everybody. I'm David Uwe, here with Dwayne John, the athletic director of Montmorency University. How are you doing today, Dwayne?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
I am doing excellent. A little chilly, though, but hopefully they'll warm up and we'll get some of the sunshine here for the players as well.
Indeed. It's expecting in November in Calgary, yeah?
Yeah, that's how it is. So, Dwayne, how have you felt your team has played so far?
I think we played good. We played a good first game yesterday. Now we're in the semifinals. Semifinals, we always know at a national it's going to be hard. Playing Humber. They're known for their men's soccer, so it's still 0-0 up to now, so we're okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Humber College being the #1 team in the CCAA. And like you said, it's 0-0. You're absolutely doing great there. What does it mean for your team here to be here at nationals?
For us, it's the first time. So we've been in the CCAA for men's soccer for about maybe 4 or 5 years max. So it's our first time for men's soccer at Nationals Championship. We're a good basketball school at Nationals, but it's the first time for our men's soccer, and we're happy about that.
All right. Oh, I'm happy you guys are here. It's been good watching you play. I think you guys are really bringing something here. So just in terms of what do you expect for the next play? What are you trying to push on your players there?
For our players for the next half?
Yeah.
I think they're going to come out with a lot of energy. They knew Humber was a good team. They see they could match them. And I believe for the second half, one of our strengths is our speed. So we're going to try to most probably put that into effect a little more and try to get that first goal that's going to get us going.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, Dwayne. I appreciate it. And we will be back to see some action between the Momo and Hawks in the second half. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Merci. Bonjour à tout le monde au Québec.
creativity.
See my creativity.
Regarde-moi créer. Joping Chwangi.
See my creativity.
Baddest thing you ever seen. I'm a front page magazine. I'm galactic, baby, I'm a star. It don't matter where you are, you should.
For thousands of promotional products at great prices, delivered on time. Trust the promotional product experts at 4imprint.ca. 4imprint, for certain. When the world is watching, your logo needs to be perfect. Trust the promotional product experts. For thousands of promotional products and on-time delivery, go to 4imprint.ca. 4imprint, for certain.
Welcome back to the pitch here at Cohoes Commons Fieldhouse at the SAIT Campus Center here in Calgary, Alberta. You are watching second half action between the number 1 team in the nation, the Humber Hawks, and the team, Les Nomads de Montmorency. This has been a tight-knit affair here. 0-0 the score at halftime. Second half action about to get underway. Jeremy Lee, Sean Carey, David Uwe with you on the call. And we have just a really good first half, even though there hasn't been much scoring.
Yeah, I mean, no team was able to get going. The pressure on the ball, the push all the time. They weren't able to get within their, the fluency of the style of soccer I'm sure that they used to play in. But hopefully here we can clean it up a little bit in the second half and string a few passes together. And hopefully somebody can break the deadlock. But she's a tight affair, and it's what we expected at the start of this game.
If you're a fan of defense, this is the game for you, right? We're seeing a lot of elite defensive work. Gasparotto. I believe Kamara into the game here for Montmorency. There's the goal. Quickly out of the gates is Humber College.
30 seconds.
There it is. Beautiful strike there from Abdul Babawale. Right off the bench.
That might be the most important goal so far in this match, with the strength of the teams.
Talk about making an impact with your first touch.
So 1-0 for Humber early. Momo having to find the answer now. Important 5 minutes coming up for Les Nomads. Marcoux, they'll be relying on him to get the offense going here. Les Nomads finding themselves back on their heels now. But they're on the attack as Humber will play defense. Their back line in the box. Fayun directing traffic. Gasparotto clears it away. Babawale sends it up for Nunez, making sure no Nomad player getting close to Examina.
It's been a great day for soccer all around in both the men's and the women's. Right now, the Capilino Blues and the Vanier Cheetahs all tied up. And Humber Hawks just managing to get their first goal. And again, once again, potentially the most important goal of this match in the first few seconds of the game, of the second half. And that's, this has just been a game so far. I can't wait for the rest.
Babawale putting the Hawks in the driver's seat here in this match. Just 3 minutes into the second half here. Moradian boots it away. Trying to locate a teammate. Kamara, he gets bodied by Hussein.
Nice defensive play there. Shielded out to play. Like you say, we always talk about the reactions after a goal there, and for the team that concedes it, can they get some momentum to try and get back? The team that scored it, can they defend it? And you can see here how disciplined Humber. Just as soon as the ball's up the field, the step, closing the field down.
Hussein curls around, out of danger, trying to find Rodriguez on the far side. Jacob Rodriguez down the left side he goes. And that's turned back. Some contact and a late whistle, and it gets called. Free kick coming.
Didn't see much in that one. I didn't think he'd make contact, but we were a lot further away than the referee.
So the referee ultimately decides to give Humber the advantage here. The free kick on the way. And do they send Luca? Luca stays back this time. The two central backs, the Twin Towers.
Yeah, the Twin Towers. Yeah, I think he's going to go direct for goal. So it's a good distance out for a shooter, because you can get that ball up and over the wall and down again on the other side. So it's this is actually a good opportunity to get a quality strike on that.
Again, the referee having a conversation with one of the Nomad players, making sure the wall is intact. Man wall for Les Nomad. There comes the strike from Leal, and that's right into the wall. Could not quite get it up and over.
No,
Yeah.
no, he seemed like he struck it nice, but just need a little bit more height on that one.
And that's the thing with that sort of distance. When you're so close that you can just about get it, it is putting it too high and potentially going over the goal.
Gasparotto to Fahin. Michael Fahin. And the Twin Towers playing a little pitch and catch here on the turf. It's Aurora. Slides it to Hussein. Nunez can't track it down. He'll try to retrieve the ball now, but it'll dribble its way out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in coming to Les Nomad. Ibrahim Shami throws it in. Leal over the top, no whistle on the challenge to Shayuki. Meridian boots it away. Trying to track it in the air is Shauki, and he gets taken down hard. No card, just a foul, and a free kick coming to Les Nomad. Delivers a quality ball, but it's headed away by Rodriguez. Leal giving chase. They send it into Nunez. That's trouble for Nomad, but they get back in a hurry. Oh, and not able to keep it alive there. Mergemi will have to concede the throw-in. Uday Aurora to toss it in. Humber already up one. From our stance, we get a live look at Holger Examida doing some high knees, trying to stay warm, the goalkeeper for the Humber Hawks.
Yeah, it's kind of yet to be tested in the second half.
That's right, yep. Humber dominant in possession. Gasparotto calmly to Uday. Hussein. Gasparotto and Marcoux coming together. Gasparotto giving Marcoux an earful. Perhaps directing him to a gym nearby, to say the least. Just a friendly suggestion. It's all in good fun from Luca, future arborist. Rodriguez on the left side. Sends it deep. But no one there for Humber, and they'll have to reload on offense here. Ball finds its way back to Hussein. Not much there, and it's a turnover going to Le Nomad. Shauki twisting around, looking for some help. Eventually flicks it out wide.
Well played.
Luca with a nice challenge, and he takes the ball away. Dominant defensive effort there from Gasparotto. Uccello twisting around with Kamara, and Kamara looking for the tug, and he gets it. It's getting testy out here, boys.
I just love I love watching the players interact with each other from opposing teams, and just, you know, the sportsmanship and the game within the game.
Yeah, so Uccello and Kamara coming together.
Yeah. It just shows the quality of the team here with the camaraderie despite how tense it all is right now.
Yeah.
Shauki with a nice curl. Out
Offside.
wide it goes. And there's the offside flag. Bit of a footwear issue here for Osman Hussein. He gets that fixed, and it'll be Examida to send it away for Humber. Body positioning there from Shauki. Kamara can settle it down, and the ball finds its way to Uccello. Give and go with Luca Uccello. Nunez has it stripped away. It'll be possession for Le Nomad.
They just can't seem to get anything going this second half so far. That fluent football we were used to watching yesterday.
Yeah, Marcoux with a disappearing act. And we talked about this. It's going to be really hard for him to go up against those central defenders.
It is. It is. You know what? But they're trying to feed him right now in the last little bit. They're trying to feed him in the air. And it's really tough to for him to win those aerial battles, right?
Yeah, he's not the biggest guy in the world. He is strong. Don't
He's
get me
strong,
wrong.
yeah, absolutely. You know, his strength is into his feet, right? And being able to turn with it. And I think that, you know, they're going away from that a little bit.
Not a great ball there for Mergemi. And it'll lead to a throw-in for Humber. And there's some gamesmanship from Mergemi. There's a lot of chatter on the field right now. Uccello has that taken away. Le Nomad desperately looking for that response goal. Kamara sends it through, but Gasparotto seals it.
That's what they need to do more of, right there.
The through balls.
A bit more like the interplay here to create those lanes,
yeah.
right? It's just the one-touch stuff that that they did, which would give them an opportunity, and then a nice run from.
Kamara misjudges that in the air, and it's Nunez off to the races, but Kamga's there. Cool. Pressure's on him. Mergemi. El Harsheli lobbying for a handball.
I think you've got to give that one, yeah, because that was going to send him away down the side here.
Well, Humber might have caught a break there. Who knows? Yeah. That was a quality chance developing. Marcoux going one-on-one against Fayun. And not much of a threat there. The Nomad attack.
Yeah, going into the second half, the problem I'm seeing with the Nomads' attack, it's too similar to the first half. They're still passing to each other, but the Hawks have gotten used to that, I think. They've been more intercepting, getting the ball more, driving it down more.
Bit of a chance there from Le Nomad. Kamara. He has a nice move. Curl and drag. Sends it into the box. The header's on. As taken by Examida.
Just need to pick a corner on that one.
So Marcoux getting ahead on it. But straight into the breadbasket for the goalkeeper, Holger Examida. And calmly he keeps it a 1-0 game for Humber. The big boot from Holger. Kamara tracks down the loose ball. Marcoux. He gets held up by Fayun. No call. And Alexandre Marcoux clearly, visibly frustrated.
Just out strength there.
Yeah, it was a tough assignment today.
It is. Great defending.
And if it's not Luca, it's Michael Fayun, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you'll see both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thankless task up there, but you know what? He got himself a chance here a minute ago, and that should give him some confidence. Substitutions coming in.
Margami coming out of the match, it looks like. Manswell Nichols into the match for Le Nomad. He provided some spark off the bench yesterday. We'll see if he can provide more of the same today. Le Nomad searching for answers here, trying to solve the equation of this enigma of a defense back line from Humber.
I believe this is just what you have to expect from the #1 team in the CCAA.
Yeah, they're playing like it today, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They showed their defensive strengths in the first half. Now they showed their offensive in the second half. You can just see why they're pegged as one of the favorites to beat the champion.
Nunez with a flick on, just missing it. He goes down slowly, but he might have been lobbying for a penalty.
I don't think he was. I think
No?
he, as he followed through with his shot there, he caught the bottom of the foot.
Yeah, Matthew Cool goes down now as well.
That was
for Le Nomad.
That's a painful one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't, like I said, there was nothing in it.
Just something in the follow through, I
Yeah.
guess. Eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
So one man down for each team here. Cool for Le Nomad and Nunez for the Humber Hawks. That would be a big loss for Humber if he's not able to continue. I think the Hawks are waiting for a corner as well. Luca Uccello, he's ready to go, but players are still, his teammates still down on the pitch at the moment. No signal from Nunez yet.
I think we're going to change that for Momo too. It looks like Cool's gone off.
Okay, so Cool. He was dealing with a foot issue earlier, had played through a bit of it. Still seems to be favoring that leg. And so he'll head off. We'll see if that's a permanent change. And Nunez now limping off as well. So this cold air certainly a factor here at the Cohoes Commons Fieldhouse. So Karamvir Memi coming into the game for Humber Hawks. And he's a lethal one. We talked about it yesterday in the broadcast. Scored 7 goals in one game. The leading goal scorer, and that one nearly going down for Humber. That was close.
That was a good chance.
Yeah.
That was really a good chance to get to that 2-0 lead.
Nice ball in from Luca
He
Uccello
was,
as well.
Yeah.
You know, but he had about 5 minutes to think about that one.
Well, and again, we talk about the aerial presence that they have over Momo here.
Close to 25 minutes remaining here in the second half. Momo still unable to get things going. offensively as they're still down by a goal. Some substitutions in as well, so some fresh legs, some new faces. Michael Fayun. He sends one down the left side. An aerial pass. We saw a ton of those from Humber yesterday. Yassine Tata has also entered the match for Les Nomades. And Tata had a goal yesterday late, the 4th marker, I believe, for Les Nomades against the Nadukes. So Yassine will hopefully provide some scoring punch off the bench. Kamara trying to flick it ahead, but Aurora does a nice job to cut it off. He loses it, though, to Manswell Nichols. Headed onwards. Marcoux trying to fight off Fayun, but again, Michael Fayun doing a nice job to seal him off. Babawale, the goal scorer. And it goes from Paven. It takes a deflection. Marcoux. Alexandre Marcoux. Again, looking for a handball. Will not get the call. Hussein plays it ahead. Taken down. No penalty given. Play on, says the referee. Rodriguez having to defend. Another one goes down. Leal. We'll see if he gets called for the yellow. But yeah, the card comes out.
I think taking the ball away, though. I don't think this is the...
Not from the foul.
No.
All right, okay.
I think.
Unsportsmanlike, potentially.
Yeah.
And Humber up in arms here.
Game's kind of gone quiet for the last few minutes here. Lots of stoppages.
Yeah.
Need to get back here and...
some substitutions, players going down, and
just get some flow back into the game. It's
speaking
kind of lost
of going down, the sun's going down as well.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, the skyline's starting to darken on us.
But that will help with the shadows, you know?
It will.
I mean, that was confusing for a few players in the first half.
Good ball.
The flick out wide.
Unlucky.
It's going to be a possession for the Humber Hawks.
It's currently about 3 degrees here in Calgary, Alberta. But with the wind chill, it feels more like 0 right now. Freezing.
Generous?
Maybe. But you know, if the players running around, the blood's warming them up a bit. I think 0 is a bit right on the money there.
I cannot relate, I'll tell you
No,
that.
my toes don't say 0. You see Cool getting some treatment over there on the bench and kind of getting taped up.
There you go. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on Nunez as well. So, a couple of the key cogs for each team on the sidelines tending to injuries, and it's important, as you know, the winner of this, we said, goes on to the final. So, high stakes. You want your team well rested and hopefully injury free.
Yeah, 100%.
With how things have been so far in the 3 games, they've been very physical games. Actually, a lot of skilled play, but a lot of falls, a lot of injuries. Hopefully, that's not going to affect any team going forward as they play the next matches.
Those 4 games in 4 days, though, is a big ask, especially at this level.
And end of the season too.
Yeah,
right?
at this speed. I know that we 2 years ago when we won our banner and you know, on the good save.
Babawale with a quality chance.
Two
And finds its way to
saves.
Meridian.
But I was just saying, yeah, for our conference championships the week before nationals, we played 3 games in 3 days in blizzards up in Edmonton, and it just takes its toll on players. And then, you know, we hardly trained going up to nationals just because of the injuries we sustained and how tired the teams are. And it's no different for everybody else. You know, it's a big ask because there's so many games in such a short space of time.
Yeah, a takedown from Kamga there on Babawale. Those two exchanging pleasantries, and not in your screen is Uday Aurora, who's got dealing with a bit of a calf cramp in his left leg, I believe. He'll slowly try to walk it out. Yeah, the cold weather he'll tighten up the muscles.
Yeah.
Dante Pavin will take the free kick. A three-man wall greeting him. He curls it around right at the goalkeeper. Moradian doing a nice job to look around the wall there.
Being tested a couple of times in the last 5 minutes here as Humber start to stamp their authority even more.
So they Nomad having some troubles getting out of their own zone here.
If you look, there's not a lot of movement away from the ball right now for them. Start to pick that up again if they can.
Humber doing a nice job in the midfield, and we have an advantage. The possession going over to Humber, I believe. And is that Fayun down? Yeah, Michael Fayun.
I think it was just a coming together of the two of them there, the striker too.
Yeah, the feet just clashed together, leaving one down and the other just try to shake it off.
Yeah, you see both players like there's nothing in it.
We're approaching the 72-minute mark here in the second half. 1-0 for Humber College. Fayun goes sky high for that one. A tough customer to deal with on the defensive end. He's been a thorn in the side of the Nomad attack all game long. Marku, nice touch, gets around Michael Fayun, and they will call the penalty. No doubt about it, you called it.
Absolutely. You know there's contact even before that one.
What a turn of events this is. Let's take a look at that replay. You see the hook of the arm there from Fayun.
Yeah.
The left arm coming together with Alexandre Marku. And it's funny, we were talking about how Marku had disappeared a little bit in the second half, dealing with those twin towers.
Yeah.
And this time he
got the better of him that time.
A glorious chance, and it'll be Kamara in to take the penalty kick.
I'm surprised Marcoon isn't taking it.
Anzumani Kamara versus Holger Exemida. Bang! Kamara cashes in for Les Nomad. Gotta love that.
Yeah, I do. I do. You know, we talked about, just looking at the replay here.
Yeah, Holger got a piece of it.
Yeah, he did. I just love the way they they don't gloat. They don't, you know what, it's got to go. Let's get back into business. Yep. And it's, you know, some of the celebrations from some of the teams, but you know, you can just watch these guys and it's every year that I watch whoever represents the Quebec conference are just the same way. Just always a class team, class school.
So the deadlock continues, this time at 1 apiece. Both teams finding the back of the net. And that was set up by the penalty kick drawn by Alexander Marcoux. Finish off by Kamara.
They just need to settle down again now.
What do you think, Coach? What's your prediction? Do we see another goal here before full-time whistle goes?
I'm going to predict no. No,
There you go.
I think we talked off air, right? And we all said we thought it was going to be a tie game at the end, and we know both teams are evenly matched. So we thought I do feel that Humber has had the upper hand, but again, keeping quality teams down, it's tough.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I don't know. It seems like we talked at halftime off air and just said, you know, it felt like a 0-0 game, but you know, both teams have been able to find the back of the net. So.
Well, that's just it. That was a great point. I mean, even for quality teams, when they are outmatched in a game, all they need is one chance and they'll cash in.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely. I still think we're going to see a couple more chances though, like good quality chances.
Yeah. And if you tuned into the State Trojans George Brown game, really, there's the penalty kicks are a coin flip. You just don't,
absolutely. It's usually the team that we thought that it's usually the team that scores that late goal or the tying goal. For some reason, just has the upper hand going into it.
Another yellow this time issued to Michael Fayun as he takes down Kamara, who had already been well past him.
Didn't have a lot of choice there because they didn't know what was behind him. For all he knew, he could have been in clear, right? So
the referee taking down number 5 in his book. Nice job from Kamara off the bench too.
He has. He's impacted the game. That's what you want as a coach, right? Go in there. You know, when the penalty was given, the surprise for him, like in my mind, for him to step up and take that penalty, but he showed great confidence, great poise to go up there and dispatch it and get his team back on level terms.
Just as what we were all saying during halftime, you know, it all depends on what attitude the teams are going out in the second half, and it all is based on which team slips up first. And as we saw early on, Momo unfortunately slipped up first, but they managed to get the Hawks back later. And I think it's like you said, Coach, I don't think any of them are going to be slipping up anymore.
No, unless we see a moment of brilliance. So hopefully we've tempted fate here and we're going to see another 4 goals before the end of the game.
But you're right, no one's in desperation mode now. You know, they're just going to play back to the draw mentality, right? That chess move.
Don't make a mistake. Just quite happy to defend like this. As a defensive unit, it's almost like you're sitting to your forwards, go and win us the game. We're not going to do anything to help, like not to help you, but we're going to do our bit at the back here and try and stifle them.
Lay Nomad happy to just clear it away here. Humber, well, they look for another goal. Babawale, the goal scorer, trying to dance out of danger. And that will find its way out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming to Le Nomad. Battle continues on the right side. Rodriguez defending. Fayun trying to keep the hands away. Gasparado clears it. Throw-in coming to Le Nomad. The swing is in. Danger area. Manswell Nichols in the area.
How's your touch? Oh, he got beat by the curb.
Kamara with some quick hands there.
Too far away.
Katsaros trying to make things happen with a quick strike. That takes a deflection.
Yeah, corner kick.
Yeah, corner coming.
That was a nice strike. I think that would have challenged the goalie on that one.
We've seen things tip a bit into Momo's favor here.
Yeah.
They're definitely a lot more aggressive than they were allowed to be by the Hawks a few minutes ago, and that's definitely helping them out.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes have definitely had the percentage of the possession.
And now we see Miguel Brian Kamga, team captain. He'll be up in the penalty area, and we have some jostling, some clutching and grabbing. Manswell Nichols.
And bags at 6 paces again.
Bit of a delay here as El Harshali is delayed in delivering this ball in.
Gonna keep it away from the 2 centre backs right here. Try and drop it on the penalty spot.
Left-footed boot into the box. Punched away by Exemida. Katsaros looking to follow up here, but he's got 2 Hawks on him. Aurora trying to send it away. Babawale. That's a giveaway to El Harshali, who's had a marvelous game here.
He's been, for me, probably the best player on the field today.
Not to foreshadow anything here, but
Not at all. No, not at all. His poise, look at again right there, right? His first touch has been just exceptional. He always takes himself out of trouble.
Swung in. Fayun trying to clear it. He'll rely on Gasparotto to finish it off. Babawale can't get through. Nice aggressive stop from Katsaros. Finding Marcoux. Alexandre Marcoux working against Gasparotto, and nothing there.
Just need to give him a half chance and
Nice to see Le Nomad pressing a little bit here, late stages of the second half. We've eclipsed the 82nd minute here.
Oh, it is excellent. Once more showing the evenness of the teams. The first half was definitely a lot more even, but the Hawks seem to be dominating the second half. Seems like after the penalty, the rhythm has shifted in Momo's favor there.
Good to see Marcos Nunez back in there for the Humber Hawks. Dealing with a foot issue earlier. Him and Matthew Kuhl had gone down around the same time, and I don't believe that Kuhl has returned.
no, I see him still sat over there on the bench, and he looks like he's in some pain. It's going to start to get to those minutes that you got, as a coach now, you're going to start thinking about if it does go to penalties, who you're going to, if you've got somebody on the bench that takes PKs, because obviously, as we know, you have to be on the field to take the PKs at the end of the game.
Right.
So you're not allowed to use a bench player. So, substitutions, we might see a couple here around that 88, 87, 88 to make sure they get in the game.
We'll keep an eye out for that. Leal trying to feed it in. It'll be a throw-in coming to the Humber Hawks. Uday Aurora with a light jog. The left calf seems to be doing all right for him. Hussein sends it out wide for Aurora, but that's picked off. But not a clean touch there from Manswell Nichols, and he'll have to resort to a throw-in now for Humber.
He could have been off to the races if he'd have got a good touch on that.
Yeah, his eyes got wide there. He was breaking the other way already.
Yeah, he was, yeah. He hasn't seen a lot of the ball this second half.
Aurora sends it in. Cut off by El Harsheli. Kamara trying to take that.
Drop in at the back post there.
Yeah. With less than 4 minutes left, the pressure is on both teams right now. With both of them going for the goal, not settling for the draw.
No, and Le Nomad, you know, the last 15 minutes have pretty much taken it to Humber. Looks like we got, we were talking about there, the substitutions maybe going to start to happen here.
A late flag, and it'll be a throw-in for Le Nomad. Some confusion here. They thought they had the throw-in. Marcoux and Gasparotto again locking up. That's been a great battle to watch.
Yeah. I wonder if he said anything to him about going to the gym after he got fouled.
No, it's been quiet ever since. It's been quiet ever since. And have a substitution as Baba Wale comes off. Exhaust Katabui comes back in. We saw him make some noise in the opening half. Nunez.
Thinking about that change is probably something with an eye on
penalties. Oh, there's a foul that does not get called. Nunez can't believe it.
No, I think he was looking for that all the time, all along. There's a foul.
And now it's Humber's turn to be up in arms. And here we go as the official will pull out the yellow card. And that's right at Michael Aquino.
You won't hear me say this very often, but I actually agree with the referee on that one. As a coach, it's not often we agree with referees, but I think he got both calls right there.
That's surprising to hear. I was about to say nobody likes it when the ref makes a call like that.
I do say I think the refereeing already at this tournament, in the we had 7 games through now, I think has been excellent. It really has. The players won't agree with me, but from what I've witnessed and what I've watched, very consistent. And your players know where they stand, and that's key.
Gasparotto skying high for that header, wins it nicely. Uccello having to leave it. Le Nomad, here's Kamara. Tough challenge from Leal.
Just trying to do a little bit too much again there. Needed to release that a little bit earlier.
Federico Leal flicks it ahead. There is exhaust. Katabui trying to get past the goalkeeper. There's potentially a foul and no call as a ton of Humber Hawk screams come from the nest.
And we're in the last minute of the game here.
Yeah, I'd like to see the replay on that. It looked to me like the goalie got the ball, but...
Let's see if we have a closer look at that, but Humber absolutely getting their feathers ruffled here.
And that is a brave call for a referee to make in the 89th minute of the semi-final national game.
Sometimes that's the call you don't make, right?
Yeah. If it was a foul, I don't know how the ball stopped where it was.
Yeah. Yeah, Holger Examina trying to calm his team down. A couple of calls not going in favor of Humber, and so Holger doing a nice job trying to keep his team emotionally stable here, late stages of the game. Full time has come, and we'll see how many additional minutes we have. Ball's played in. Hussein. Aurora flicks it in.
Keeper.
Moradian.
That's the one you need your keeper to come out and command there.
Challenge that, hey?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, being a good goalkeeper, one thing you have seen throughout today, definitely, you need some level of aggressiveness in defending your goal. You can't just stay in the net and pretend that only when the ball comes to you is when you're going to deal with it.
Misplayed by Rodriguez, as we've been informed. 2 minutes of additional time here. Rodriguez doing a nice job to win it back. Battling hard against Yassine Teita.
In the last minute of extra time here, and it's looking like it's going to go to penalties.
Don't curse it.
It's looking that way. 2 minutes.
I didn't say it would.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's although we did see one of the phases in the middle of the half here. It took about 5 seconds from defending the corner to having a really good shot on goal for Humber.
You never count anyone out until it's the end of the match.
Yeah.
A turnover here. Jacob Rodriguez to throw it in.
That would frustrate a coach at this time in a game, a foul throw.
Leal advances the ball. Marcos Nunez couldn't corral it. Uccello sends it deep. Katabui after it. Exhaust gets a little contact, stays on his feet.
Good defending.
And that will be full time. We are headed to penalty kicks here between the top two teams. It looks like, one of the best games the way we've seen it so far.
I think so, and from what I've witnessed so far, and I know St. Thomas and Douglas will maybe argue it, but from what I've seen, the best two teams that we have at the tournament right now.
Certainly lived up to the billing, as we will be headed to penalty kicks.
This is absolutely a match to look out for. Definitely something that you did not want to miss.
No, it's. I'm sure there's going to be some reruns of this for the coaches for both teams here, and I don't want to say something like Canberra at the back there. I thought had an absolutely excellent game today. He lost his defensive partner there sort of early in that second half, and he just took the role on himself, and you know what, I thought he was absolutely excellent.
Yeah, it's tough when you have to make an in-game adjustment like that.
It is, yeah. He was just a rock back there, and even in the last couple of minutes there, when he could have turned, and he was.
Yeah, he stayed solid and needed to be, right?
Yeah.
And that Humber attack was buzzing. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tommy Wielden, who's joining us here at the Cohoes Commons Fieldhouse.
Maybe going to look for some players for his cavalry team.
There you go. Doing some recruiting here in the cold.
Yeah, we're looking. So we talked about it with the set game. The keys now. If I'm a coach, I want my team to shoot first.
You do.
Yeah,
hey?
I always want them to shoot first, because if for any reason you miss a PK, you still have an opportunity on the second shot for your keeper to make that save.
Right.
You know where you stand the whole time. If you're second shooters, you don't necessarily always, and the pressure's on. If you have to score to keep your team in it, whereas if you're the first shooter and if you have to score or you score, then your keeper makes. It almost gives them a little bit of a boost.
You're absolutely right. The pressure is on the second shot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I'd always want to be first. Looks like we're going to the sky drop down there.
Humber Hawks will shoot first as Vartke's Meridian in net early for Le Nomad. Luca Gasparotto is deep down there. Will he be the first one to take the kick?
I think he is, yeah. So they kind of get that little bit of an advantage, but for all I know, maybe Le Nomads won the toss and opted to go second, so Every coach has a different philosophy when it comes to PKs.
That's right. 26-year-old Luca Gasparotto, the team captain, ready to go here for the Humber Hawks. Gets it. Scorcher on the left side.
Yeah, keep it the right way.
But a little too much pace on that one from Luca Gasparotto. Meridian guessing right.
Doesn't seem too happy with himself. I think he was a little worried when he saw the keeper going.
Now it's Saeed Shauki, who scored a brilliant goal yesterday. Can he repeat that magic here tonight?
Nice PK.
He pots it.
Keeper had no chance with that one. I think even if he went the right way.
Marvelous strike there from Shauki. And now it'll be the turn of Federico Leal. Leal was busy defensively, doing a lot of work, trying to box out Manswell Nichols. And it's his turn to shine offensively now. And he pots home another one.
Another quality strike.
Yassine Teta steps up in a huge spot here for Le Nomad.
It's funny how the goals shrink when you're in a penalty shootout.
Feels like it for sure, right?
Yeah.
Teta curls one into the bottom corner. Cheeky.
Jeez, that was
that was close.
That was a lot of confidence right there to do it that way.
So 1-1 score after regulation. We are now in penalty kicks, tied at 2 apiece. We expect nothing less. And it'll be Dante Paven. He'll attack with the left. And he cashes in. No doubt about it.
Yeah, what a strike.
Paven. Little stutter step. Had Meridian completely fooled.
Yeah.
And Samane Kamara had a PK earlier, and he makes no mistake there. Yeah, labeled for the bottom corner.
Yeah, he seemed like, I don't think he struck that how he wanted to do. Maybe we'll see the replay here. Maybe he did. It looked like he high up on the ball there that he almost,
Topped it, almost topped it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, like a...
Osman Hussein, he steps up, going against Meridian. Hussein is denied!
What a save.
Ice in his veins,
What a
Vartkes
save.
Meridian. That's right, that was a grown man save right there. Meridian. Absolutely huge for Le Nomad de Montmorency.
Now the pressure shifts.
To which team?
Well, he needs to score this,
There
right?
you go,
You know,
yeah.
the momentum, I think, after your keeper's done that for you.
Ibrahim Shami. He is denied as well. Back-to-back clutch saves from the goaltenders. This time it's Holger Examida. We knew this was tight. We didn't know it would be this tight in penalty kicks as well. Each team has responded
They have.
to the other's challenge.
Yeah.
That's right.
Both keepers making great saves.
So what happens when you have such high quality teams? They forced their way into penalties, and now they're just forcing their way through.
Now it's Luca Uccello. Scored the only goal yesterday. Quickly takes, and he Squeezing that under Vartkey's Meridian.
Thought he had that.
Certainly guessed the right way, but Uccello quicker to the draw. Now up steps Alexandra Marcoux. Pair of goals yesterday. Drew the penalty today. Up in a big spot. And he is denied. Humber Hawks are going on to the final. Marcoux cannot believe it. Let's take another look at the replay there. Alexandra Marcoux had a good strike.
Yeah, penalty too close to the keeper on that one. It's the hardest part about a shootout. You know, one team has to lose, and
it's about which goalkeeper steps up.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I
think it's just what we've been saying the entire time. Whoever slips up first is the one that doesn't do it. And the Humber Hawks were just that tiniest bit more disciplined in the end. But it was a good showing on both teams regardless.
It was the kind of game we expected, and I think that you know, they can Nomad can just hold their heads up high here. They played a huge part in what was a really entertaining game.
So
we could have played down, or is he just?
No, I think it's just maybe a coach or maybe a bench player. Yeah, in celebration, jubilation for the Humber Hawks as they now punch their ticket to the finals here at the National Championship in search of their 8th national title.
Wow.
Just most of any program.
Those pedigree of that program, right? It's they just find ways to win games. Whether it be a shootout, whether it be a 1-0 game. Good teams always find ways to get there.
So the Humber Hawks will now await the winner between the next game, St. Thomas and Douglas College. You had a chance to look at both teams last night, and
we did, yeah. And I think the Thomas just like their energy levels were at another level from I think pretty much anybody we saw yesterday. If they play like that today, Douglas will have the hands full, and they've got Springer there up top, who is he's just deadly. Like if he gets a run on the defense, it's going to be an extremely tough ask for the Douglas defense to be able to hold him in. And, it'll definitely be an interesting game, because I thought that Douglas. I know it said it was 3-0 at the end, but I thought the game was closer than that. Like it just went down, and they took their chances when they got them. The Huskies could have easily come out of that game, especially in the first half. They had some good opportunities, and they didn't take them, and then they were left to regret them.
Springer, of course, a CCAA All-Canadian this year. He had an exceptional season, leading the Tommies to an undefeated record in the regular season, 10 wins on the year, and he showed why he was one of the top strikers in the nation. And really, just a quick player, right?
Yeah, but strong.
And strong.
But so strong, like he's tall. Like he's got some great aerial ability. You know, it was I think the centre back would have gone home and had nightmares about him last night. Yeah, he just seemed to be able to have the run him and the opportunity.
So we're just gonna head down to the pitch here to see who the players of the games are, who coach selected. So.
Well, one of them needs to get to the middle of the field here. He's still over on the bench.
Seated for the selection of our 4.
Both teams just trying to gather themselves after an emotional game here. A 1-1 draw, and then it's penalty kicks.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Humber College wins it 4-3.
Just seems to happen most years, this kind of result and it, been at the last 3 nationals, it's happened to whoever's represented the Quebec. Just lose that the key game, not by just on the wrong side of a really close, and it could have gone either way, and it just seems to happen every time to them, and just extremely unlucky.
So Montaser El Harsheli receives the player of the game, and it's Michael Fayun doing a tremendous job defensively as a center back for the Humber Hawks. He receives the player of the game. The hat's looking great on both players. Of course, the tradition here in Calgary. Don't forget the St. Thomas Tommies coming up next against Douglas College. That'll be game number 8 for the weekend.
And the faces, and I've been on this side of this. I know what it feels like, and it's not nice. And I mean, I've never been to the national semi-finals, but I can just imagine, like in the dressing room right now, you can still see players are down, distraught, crying. And in the Humber dressing room, it's just going to be completely the other way, right? So
Exactly. So the Humber Hawks will be going for gold on Saturday, looking for their 8th national title. And so we'll wrap up here at the Cohoes Commons Fieldhouse. Thank you for tuning in. For David Uwe and for Sean Carey, I'm Jeremy Lee. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you for game number 4 coming up right after this.
Silence is my favorite sound. Watch me make 'em bow one by
When the world is watching and you need your logo to be perfect, you need certainty. At 4imprint, we give you the ultimate guarantee. Because when something has your logo on it, it matters to you, your customers, your coworkers, and to us. Our wide selection always changes to keep up with the latest trends. But there is one thing we delivered that's timeless: certainty. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.ca. 4imprint, for certain.
Hi, I'm Matt Veers, President of Fairburn Medical Supply. Fairburn is proud to be the official medical supply partner of the CCAA and the National Championships. Be sure to shop online at fairburn.com and take advantage of our school rebate program. Follow us on social media for monthly specials. We wish all the best to this year's participating teams and athletes at the National Championships, and thank you for your continued support.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We had a bit of a rough start to the season.
Mom!
So it was time to update Dylan's gear. KahunaFirst.com had it all, including equipment and our team's custom clothing. Looking playoff ready, Dylan.
From prospect to pro, KahunaVerse.com.
Hey, Brody, you don't have to worry about anything.
It's on. Mic's on? Can we turn it off? Welcome everyone to the 2021 Canadian Collegiate Athletic Association Men's Soccer National Championship hosted by SAIT. Game 8 of this event will see the Douglas College Royals taking on the St. Thomas Tommies to see who will move on to play for the gold medal game on Saturday. And now for your starting 11. For the St. Thomas Tommies, number 1, Luke Ewan. Number 3, Ben Davidge. Number 4, Takin Marvasti. Number 6, Zachary Zollner-Kraus. Number 7, Josh Oakes. Number 8, Gray Sear. Number 10, Rav Tej Singh. Number 12, Evan Reese. Number 14, Chid Nukulagu. Number 15, Ryan McKinnon. And number 17, Brett Springer. And now for the Douglas College Royals. Number 3, Rosmare Agabagi. Number 4, Burhan Wazi. Number 5, Yuel Yosef. Number 7, Mato Falcone. Number 9, Ryosuke Sudo. Number 10, Benjamin Beaulieu. Number 12, Scott Seres. Referees for this game, Brad Dorborough, Theo Dietrichson, Mazen Black, and Yusuf Wumside. Now please rise if you're able to do so, remove your hats, and join us in the singing of O Canada.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to quarterfinal number 4 here today at the St. Co's Comets Field. We're in store for a great matchup today. St. Thomas Tommies and the Douglas College Royals. What are you expecting today?
I'm expecting a really fast game. Seeing what we saw with the Tommies yesterday, I don't think Douglas would have been overly happy with their game, and you're going to a national title after this game, right? So I think everything's going to be on the line, and I think they'll be just coming out of the blocks quick, and I think we're in for a really exciting game.
It is going to be a great game today, and this is the final semifinal, winner moving on to the national championship on Saturday. Join us in a couple minutes, and we'll have live coverage. You good?
Yeah. I can only hold the smile.
I was smiling as long as I could there.
Back in your places, everyone. Yeah, I need to put my toucan gloves on now. I need to show my hairstyle off. So mics are still hot and you're ready to go.
Okay, we're ready.
We are just about underway here. St. Thomas in the green moving from right to left, and Douglas in the white moving from left to right. The Tommies will kick things off, and here we go. Apparently not. Getting them off guard early.
Yeah, a little eager there, right? A little bit of gamesmanship.
Yeah, they're definitely excited, and that is Brett Springer, who we will be probably mentioning quite a bit tonight for sure. Definitely an exciting player. And this one is thumped down early. This one's played back in Douglas's half, and this is going to be swung to the far side of the field. It's going to be put out. See, Douglas just can't keep that one in. We'll have an early throw in here for the Tommies on that far side of the field. This one's thrown in down the line. We have Brett Springer with it early on here as Douglas looks to move up from the back. A great ball here to the near side of the field. It's Agabagi with the ball. A nice cut back into the middle. He plays this to the far side now as the Royals look to set things up here and set the tone early. It's played to the far side, and they're going to track back into their own half now. Look to switch things up a little bit. This one's played over, and this one will come all the way back to the Tommies' end, and they'll pick that one up rather easily, and they look to move out from the back now. Tommy's looking to move up now. This one's sent down the line, just over the head. A chance here for Springer. And you can see the pace early on here. He has a chance to break through potentially. Cuts back, looking for some support. A hard challenge error. He remains looking to send this one at the middle. Ends up back on his foot. A nice turn move there. Ooh. And an early challenge. And that one was on Agabagi right in front of us.
Yeah, welcome to the game.
And we'll see how effective he is able to be again today. Like, he was such a prominent figure in yesterday's match against St.
Yeah, they didn't have an answer to him, right? His pace, his close control, and when you look at him, but we talked about his strength yesterday, like his upper body strength, just being able to hold those St. defenders off, and already you can see he's going to be a little bit of a menace again.
Grace here looking to send this one right into the middle with some pace just outside the reach. And Douglas has a chance to reset as Jacob McCall once again getting the start for the Royals, and they look to set up from the back now. Far side of the field.
I kind of already see a different energy out of the Douglas team already from what we saw yesterday. A little bit more urgency, a little bit more movement again off the ball here.
Almost played over the top there. A nice job there. That was the captain of the Tommies, Ryan McKinnon, winning that one down. This one just kept in at the line now. McKinnon, a nice ball playing that up the side now. This will be put out for a Tommies throwing. Just a great feat for the Tommies to being here right now. Only a school of just over 1,700 students.
Wow, yeah.
Quite incredible for them to be here right now.
It is, yeah, and you know what? On the big stage like this, and they're making a noise, right? They're playing well. They're looking good. They've got lots of skill and desire, and
absolutely. It's a great Cinderella story for sure. They already took out the host in St. Yesterday and a chance to beat the Pac-West champion today.
Yeah, and what more could they ask for, right?
Absolutely.
You know, and if it doesn't happen for them today, I mean, they still get 2 more games. Yeah. They still got potential of 2 more games after, right?
Yeah.
To play for a bronze medal, and again, it's there's a few fairy tale stories within this year's championships with the new Manitoba team and the Huskies making the championships for the first ever time in their history.
We'll see how this one unfolds here as Douglas looks to move up a nice ball there. It'll just be out of reach. And momentarily we'll send it over to our sideline reporter, Phil. Phil, you have some updates from both the men's and women's side of things for tomorrow's matchups and what unfolded today.
Yeah, Tony, so we got our bronze semifinals set up on the men's side. Well, one of them for sure. Momo will be taking on the George Brown Huskies, the Cinderella story. And then Nate will be playing the loser of this matchup right now, with the winner going on to play the Humber Hawks in the gold medal game on the men's side.
Awesome. Thanks, Phil. And we'll check back a little later on for the women's side of the draw and how that's all unfolded today. The Royals looking to move down the line now. Agabagi with the ball, playing this one down, just out of the reach. And now, once again, that game plan. Win the ball, send it up to Springer, hope he gets onto it.
Yeah, exactly.
And why would you not, right? When there's someone with that much talent up the top.
100%. Yeah, just get him on the ball as much as you can. See if you can isolate him one-on-one with a defender, because we've seen in the game yesterday, if he was one-on-one, he was so hard to stop.
We'll see how Douglas tries to maintain his offensive output today. We have that one, I'm not sure if that one ended up going. I wonder if they're going to do a free kick. Either way, it will be a Tommy's ball at that far side of the field. Looks like it will be a free kick early here. Just about 5 minutes into this contest. Lots of back and forth, just feeling each other out right now.
And the 5 minutes are going by so fast. It feels like we've only just kicked off.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Chance here to swing one into the middle. This one looks like it'll be just...
No.
Awfully close.
He looked to me there. No, I think the keeper was in control there.
Yeah.
If he would have fallen backwards,
that could be a different story. Yeah, right?
Yeah. I don't think we've got VAR or goal line technology to look at those things at the moment.
That would have been a very interesting first goal of the game for sure.
Yeah, you could see when it was in the air, it was going to be on net.
Yeah. This one set up looking for Springer. Beaulieu sends this one back to the keeper, McCall. Right back to Beaulieu on this near side of the field. He sends this one down the line to Agabagi. A little bit of space now on this near side. A chance to play this through, and it's a very good ball. Just can't be handled there at that far side.
It's great defending right there.
And this one's played to Springer, just out of his reach, and this one will roll all the way back into the possession of the goalie of the Royals, and that is McCall, once again setting this up for the Royals. They look to build up from the back now, maybe slow things down a little bit here as they move this to the near side of the field, and lots of room now for the Royals to move up, and that is Scott Ceres dropping it back to Beaulieu. Playing that now to the far side of the field. This one sent down, and that was the captain, Burnwazy. This one will go back to the possession of the Tommy's goalie, Luke Ewan. Fantastic start yesterday for Ewan, and then getting the shutout for the Tommies.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And this game's got a different feel about it already. I was just how fast that Douglas has come out of the gates here. And that's the thing with Tommies. We talked when we said yesterday how fast that they played against Sate, and Sate didn't have the match for the pressure that they put them on the ball and stuff. So yeah, I don't think they could keep this up for 90 minutes. I hope they can.
Yeah, it would be cool to watch for sure.
It'd be very entertaining for 90 minutes.
Yeah. This one sent now to that far side of the field. The Royals look to move down. That is intercepted though from the Tommies, and they look to move up. This one looks like
the best players from the game yesterday, saying that. Getting involved.
Fantastic game on both sides of the field yesterday for sure. We saw him a lot more when they were going the other way, obviously on this near side of the field, but he looked fantastic in both halves yesterday.
He did, yeah. He was extremely strong. He definitely had his stamp on that game, and he was dangerous whenever he got an opportunity to go forward. He
definitely
made it count
for sure. The Royals now look to build up from the back once again as they move up the field. It is Scott Ceres taken down there, no call on the play, and the Tommies look to move up, and a nice interception there. It's Agabagi now playing it to this near side. A nice move there. Ibrahim
The tackle.
taken down there, and it looks like
No.
we'll check the replay
Yeah.
here.
I thought he got all ball here. He took player first.
Yeah,
that
he
was a
did get
good
the ball
call.
after, but I think he did
Yeah.
get the player first for
Yeah,
sure.
he did.
So the right call there, and Douglas here in the attacking end have a chance to swing one, maybe with a little bit of pace into the middle, and try and get an early goal here as we're about 9 minutes into this contest. That is Falcone and Agabagi standing over it for the Douglas College Royals right now. You see 1 at the near post and 4 at the top of the 18 right now, looking to make their runs, and we'll see how this one turns out. 2 in the wall for the Tommies. This one swung in high, and it's bounced out, but it is a foul on the Royals there inside the 18. We'll send it over one more time to sideline reporter Phil. And Phil, you have what happened on the women's side today as well, correct?
Yeah, Tony. So the Fanshawe beat Holland 2-0 in the first bronze quarterfinal, and they will now take on the Humber Hawks, who lost in their semifinal matchup against St. Foy, which sets up a Vanier-St. Foy gold medal final, and then Sate will take on Capilano in the other bronze semifinal tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, Phil. A couple good matchups going on that side as well.
There is, yeah. You know what? The State girls will be in tough tomorrow against Capilano.
Yep.
That's a very strong program out from there.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. A great performance from the State women's team today to come back the way they did and find a way to continue to move on and try and get a medal.
Yeah, and you know what? Kudos to those.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
He's got a really good team there, is John, and they've showed it. You know, and give themselves an opportunity now to bring that medal home for the CCAA Coach of the Year.
Absolutely. This one sent down the line, well intercepted there from Pseudo of the Royals. The Tommies now setting things up at that far side of the field. That one sent over to Ryan McKinnon. This one sent down Falcone, looking for that far run. Intercepted there, looks like from McKinnon at that far side of the field. They're going to pump that one out for a throw-in in the Royals' favor.
They haven't started the game as quick as they started yesterday with their passing system. There are a few little turnovers that they won't be happy about right now, and I'm sure their coach JR is probably reassuring them about that, to get the ball back on, and get the movement going, like what happened yesterday when they were able to find a lot of success with Sade.
Nice job there to get a hand on it. Unit punches this one out at Ceres with the ball. Sending this over to Agabagi, looking for a lane to get a shot off. Nice job there defending him to the outside of the field. And the Royals now are going to try and set things back up from their own half, and they move up now. This one's played down the line. Royals once again now just slowing things down here. What do you think the message was for the Tommies? Obviously after coming off more so an upset win yesterday from the coaching staff, how do you handle such a big, game like this?
Same again.
Yeah.
Let's go out and try and do the same thing again. Let's go and outwork the teams. They do have skill, listen, but they would admit they're probably not the most skilled team here, but they can be the hard working team.
Absolutely.
Right? And we always talk about players. What can you control as a player? You can control your attitude, you can control your effort, right?
Yeah.
So I think in that situation and those terms,
look at Springer there.
I think that's the message again.
Yeah,
just
let's
go out and try and play the same kind of tempo of game. Can we get this guy on the ball and get him some opportunities? Because I think he gets half chances. We could see the net ripple a couple of times.
Absolutely. Speaking of Springer, we do have a couple quotes from once again our sideline reporter Phil. What do you have on Brett Springer?
So obviously he had a massive game yesterday. He's been big all year for the Tommies, and Coach J.R. Morrison said that Brett not winning the CCAA Player of the Year is not just disrespectful to Brett himself, but also disrespectful for the whole league.
A strong quote there for sure. Obviously, you know what the coach thinks of the player, and we can see why, but he is a good player, and interesting to see maybe he took that personally and wants to prove it in front of the national stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, like I say, he is one of the top players that we've seen
Yeah.
over these first 2 days, and you know, when you're talking about a player when we're concentrating on another game, you know how good this player is,
Yeah.
right? We talk, but yeah, we love watching the guy, and there's lots of strong players within our league.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
And lots that deserve the accolades. You know, I know we didn't see the best of Eduardo Facet, but
Yeah.
I mean, he won our ACAC Player of the Year, and I'd said before, he's one of the best players I've ever seen grace the field for
Yeah.
ACAC.
Brett Springer is also only in year 2 of his eligibility,
Wow.
so lots of room for him to continue to grow with this Tommy's program.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's going to be lots of awards he'll be winning down the road.
I would expect so.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, sometimes when the committees are choosing these awards, sometimes they do look at that. Because
Yeah.
if you have a 50-year player that's done so much for the league, so much for their conferences, and they take, you know, and if they're doing stuff away, I don't know Springer at all if he's in his community and things like that, because I know it's a big thing.
Yeah.
For when they're choosing those awards, they take all that into account, and yeah. So, but like you say, it's 3 more years to win that award,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
And if he keeps going at the rate he's going, yeah, I think there's a pretty high possibility that's going to happen for him.
We'll see if he's able to find the back of the net today. We do have a foul, though, on the Tommies, and the Royals in the attacking half here, looking to move forward. The Royals now have it that far side of the field, looking to swing one into the middle. Nicely defended there, and that is the captain, Ryan McKinnon. An excellent job there. Gives it away, though, to Sudo at that far side. As the Royals look to move forward once again. Taken down there. No call. It will be a throw-in for the Tommies as they look to move up now. McKinnon throwing this one in now for the Tommies straight out, though, and it will be a Royals throw-in now at that far side. Just about 15 and a half minutes into this contest. Solid start overall for both teams.
I think so, yeah. I think they'll be happy now. They're both they're settled into the game. The St. Thomas weathered the early storm here from Douglas, but you know, they've had a couple of half opportunities to create something going the other way now, and I think that we talked about the last game being a chess match.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna. I expect a couple of goals per side, maybe.
For sure.
I just feel with the quality that's on this field and the speed that they're going at, they can't. If they do maintain it, it will be awesome. But if they don't, I feel like we'll maybe see a couple of mistakes, and a couple of quality players will capitalize, I think, on that.
Royals on the corner here to that near post. Well, head out there from Ewan, and then this one is sent high and wide. The netting using all of its power there to keep that one in play for sure. A lot of power on that shot.
Yeah, it would have been a good walk for somebody to go and get that ball.
Yeah,
if it would've gone
absolutely.
through.
The Tommies look to move up here now from their own half. You can hear the Tommies faithful trying to get the boys going early. Just a great crowd, and it really is a great sight to see them all here.
It is. They're having a great time with it too, right?
And as a player, it has to mean so much.
It does, yeah. Having, you know, they could turn around and say they have more support pretty much than the whole hometown teams,
Yeah,
right? So
it's incredible.
Yeah, and they're not letting them down.
No, absolutely. Chance here for the Tommies. It may be an opportunity to swing this one into the middle. Oaks plays this one back here, looking for Singh, just out of his reach, and Sudo now looking to move up for the Royals. Intercepted, though, at that far side once again from the captain of the Tommies, Ryan McKinnon. This one's moved over now. Beaulieu has it here for the Royals and sending this one over to Ceres. Slowing things down here for the Royals as they look to build up from the back. Not a lot of pressure here from the Tommies. Just letting them kind of work up from the back. You see, once they get to the halfway line is when they start to apply all that pressure. Ceres now once again back to Beaulieu.
Yeah, with a play like Springer up top, if you have him chasing the central defenders across each time, you don't want him to waste his energy on things like that. You know what? Engage him when they get over the halfway line. Give him an opportunity to play that. There's no danger there, right? So, and then you've got 10 players behind the ball, 11 with a goalie. And you can see already it looks like their plan in this game is to counter-attack
as quickly as they can,
Yeah.
for sure. They have the ball now, and this was a nice job defending that one there from the Royals as they look to move up now. This one's played down the line. Pseudo has it, looking to play this one into the middle. A great run, and met well there from Luke Ewan to come out and stop that from turning into a nice counter-attack. This one sent down, looking for Springer.
Ooh.
Royals now from their own half look to build up from that far side of the field. This one's played back into their own hand. The captain, Burnwazy. This one's played to that far side now. Setting this one deep down the line, looking for some help. Falcone has it down there at the far side. He tries to swing this one in the middle. A nice ball played inside. This one's played outside to Ceres. He looks to swing this one in. Dangerous looking ball. Bounces out to the far side. Now it's Falcone. And another attempt there from the Royals, and that one goes high and wide, and it will be a goal for the Toms.
He's given a corner.
Corner deflected, my mistake.
Yeah, I just saw the referee's arm go up there for a corner kick.
Makes more sense.
I thought I was the same with you. I thought there was no touch there. I thought it was a goal kick.
Makes more sense though, because that one did go quite high and wide, so I guess a deflection makes a little more sense. Royals corner here on the near side of the field. They do have two over there. See if they go short. Looks like they're going to send this one right into the middle. Dangerous looking ball there. Well defended there from the Tommies. Pseudo puts that one to play for the Royals, and it will be another Tommies throw-in. This one's played back into their own half. Nice interception there, just about turning into a scoring opportunity for the Royals as the Tommies look to build up once again. This one's played down to Springer, just under his feet, and this goes back to Burnwazy. Played to the far side now. Yosef has it here. Back to Wazy. And the Royals once again will slow things down back here. It seems like they're very comfortable just slowly moving the ball up the field. It's kind of an interesting to me that they're definitely slowing things down to the back, but then they seem to always put it in the air moving forward as well.
When they've had success though, it was going into the central midfielders.
Yeah.
And now they've gone away from that a little bit. They're always looking long, and they just changed that little bit of tactics right now. Again, here we go, another long ball. Maybe they're seeing something that they like. Maybe they've seen a matchup that they like in terms of their strikers against the centre backs. But yeah, they seem to have dominated the central midfield when they were playing in there.
So it's played up here, just about connecting there, and the long through ball. Tommies look to move up as they were looking for Singh, but no luck, and the Tommies lose possession there and ends up back at the Royals, and Beaulieu has it now once again. Center back looking to move this one forward, has Agabagi with the ball now. He cuts this one into the middle. Ibrahim sends this to the far side. Long ball looking for Agabagi down there. Looking for some support now. He's got Ceres trailing back. Tries to beat the defender himself. This one's played back. Interesting play there. Almost onto the foot of Springer, pardon me. And here's Beaulieu again.
They just don't seem to want to support the ball at the moment.
Yeah.
They're getting into some good positions, but then they don't have the options when to get there.
Chance here now, the far side. The Royals look to break in. It's Falcone setting this one into the middle. A nice looking ball. No one on the end of that one, though. The far side of the field now. It's Yosef carrying this one forward, and he's going to turn this one back to Wazy. Playing that deep ball seems almost every time now.
Yeah, and they, if you can read it and it's coming, it's an easy one for your defenders to deal with.
see if they try and adjust that going forward here, as we're just about halfway through the first half here. 0-0 still between the Royals and the Tommies. Quarterfinal the semifinal, the second semifinal. Already thinking back to yesterday, but will go on national gold medal game. This one's played up now, intercepted here from the Royals, and they're trying to set back once again. Pseudo moving this one forward.
Such good feet, Pseudo.
Yeah,
so quick with his getting the ball out of trouble.
Yeah, definitely a player to watch tonight for the Royals. This one's sent down here. This one's played down. Will be headed down. Singh has it here. Looking to move up for the Tommies. Davidge has it.
Just can't seem to get a few passes together at the moment, the Tommies.
Yeah, a little choppy right now.
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
Yeah. Lots of kind of uncharacteristic mistakes, but we know they can just turn 1 second, and next thing you know, the ball's
played in.
The ball
there.
could be in the back of your net.
Absolutely. You this one here, a nice job there tracking back, and that was Ibrahim for the Royals. And you could hear the players very happy with that effort there, tracking all the way back. Tommy's now looking to move forward. This one's played back. Played into the middle of the park.
It's just what they need right here.
Yeah. A little possession.
Yeah, a little possession with purpose.
McKinnon now playing this one down to Davidge, and he's looking for Singh on that far side. It was a nice play into the middle. A chance, and he swings this one in. No one on the back of it, though. This one comes to the top of the 18. Just kicked out there from the Royals.
It was the best move of the game right there for the Tommies.
Yeah, great build-up.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, right from their own end. Some nice interlinking play. Switch of the field.
Free kick now for the Royals. They're just going to play this one short there. That was Wazy sending that over. He's got it back again, and he's going to switch this one over to the near side to Beaulieu. Sends it once again over to Ceres, and a chance maybe to move this one forward. Looking for some support, and he turns this one back into the middle. A nice job there, and ends on the foot of Springer. Quickly defended there, and they're so quick on him.
Yeah, they are. No time at all. I'm sure they watched the game yesterday and realized what they're going to need to do to be able to stop him. But here's the key for what a ball.
What a ball from Pseudo, and he plays this to Agabagi on the near side, setting this one into the middle. A chance here for the Royals on a great block there. This one's to the top of the 18. Now the ball's bouncing around. A nice move there from Falcone. Taking down, no call there. Looking for some help there. This one's played back. Hard pressure right now from the Royals. Ends up once again to Pseudo. Taken down there, and that will be a free kick for the Royals, as Agabagi was taken down there by Gracier.
Not a bad foul to take.
Yeah, no, for
yeah,
sure.
just stop the momentum of the game at the moment. Seeing as they're in trouble at the moment and on the back foot, just slow things down.
Looks like Agabagi is in a little bit of pain right now. Hopefully he is okay. Maybe just taking a quick sec to keep going.
I think he just wants to rest.
Yeah, fair enough. I would too.
Yeah, just maybe the floor's a little warmer than the air outside.
Yeah,
right?
it is definitely a chilly one this evening.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's...
Thankfully, this is the last 5:30 start of the tournament. We'll just be doing the earlier games, which are a little bit warmer.
Yeah, well, I think we're looking at 10 degrees tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah, it's a gorgeous Friday in store for tomorrow.
That's good. I should be able to feel my toes during the broadcast.
This one's sent into the middle now, flicked on, and a great header there, but into the hands of Luke Ewan.
Very confident again. He had a really confident game yesterday, and already he's give his defenders that little bit of comfort behind.
Tommy's look to move from the back now as they play this to the near side of the field. She plays this one back. And it'll be swung all the way to that far side now. A run at the far side. It looks like McKinnon, the captain, all the way from the back.
Nice, yeah.
Making a quick run up there, and you saw him moving quickly there. So
And the ball came about 10 seconds too late, really, because, But, that's a positive sign, right? Because that's in these first 20 minutes. And we haven't seen that too much. It's, they've been on the back foot a little bit.
Yeah.
But what I do love about him, look at the fight.
This one's played now. Bouncing ball here, trying to turn it. Ceres wins this one for the Royals. A tackle there. And that was Takin Marvasti. We'll see if anything's drawn from the referee here. But it will be another Royals free kick in the Tommies half. We'll see the replay here.
Yeah, definitely a free kick. I don't think it merits a good referee in again.
Yeah.
Doesn't need a yellow card in that situation. He was going for the ball, and the guy just had a good positioning on him.
Chance here to swing one into the middle for the Royals. Ibrahim and Agabagi standing over top of it. Ibrahim will send this one in with some pace. Looked like a mini bike almost.
Yeah,
it's
in between a bike and a overhead.
Yeah. See if we get a replay of that one here. Definitely an interesting approach to try and flick that one on, but it was a tough angle for sure. It was an effort there from Byrne Wazy, the captain of the Royals, coming all the way up to try and deflect that one on. And you can hear once again the Tommies crowd trying to get the boys fired up here. This one's sent now right up the middle. Flicked on, this one comes. They're going to play this one, try and play this one back. Some great pressure there. That was Davidge and Springer applying it, but the Royals are going to slow things down once again, and they're going to swing this over to that far side of the field. It's the captain once again of the Royals. Wazy setting this one up. A deep ball looking for Agabagi.
Nice breakdown.
He's got possession now at that far side, looking for some support right now. Trying to cut this one back into the middle to the top of the 18. No luck there, and that one
was great defending again.
The Tommies look great right now on the defensive side.
Defending in numbers. And I know that Jay, I was telling me yesterday, they have a room back in Fredericton with all the New Brunswick with all the fans for the Tommies watching the games and listening to us. So big shout out to everybody over there tuning in.
Absolutely. Hope you guys are enjoying the coverage here and seeing a great effort from St. Thomas so far here at the St. Coast Commons Field. Still 0-0 in this semifinal, 32 minutes into the contest. A little back and forth on both sides. The Royals looking to swing one into the middle now. Cutting the back, a nice move there. A chance at the top of the 18. Maybe one too many touches there. A great strike. Just high and wide. A great effort, though. Some power on that one for sure. Will be a goal kick here for Luke Ewan of the Tommies. Ravasti plays this one back, and he's going to get it right back as he looks to move up the line here for the Tommies. Sends this one back into the middle. Nice cut move there.
There we go. Good job.
Looking to get to Springer here. Deflected on, a chance if Springer can get to the end of it. And there's McCall coming out to reach it. But a right idea there trying to find Springer.
Absolutely. Yeah, just his first touch. Just that little tip. He just needed a little more firmer touch for him just to get it under control. But some hope, some good signs there from the link play in the middle.
Yeah, and we've had two promising plays here from the Tommies in the last 3 minutes or so on the offensive side. So you like to see that. The confidence is definitely coming.
It is. Yeah, no, they've settled in. They've weathered the storm a little bit. And now they're starting to, you can see, they're starting to press at the defenders a little bit and rushing them if they get the opportunity.
Ceres plays this one back here to Beaulieu, and he looks to send that to the far side once again to the captain, Wazy. He sends this one up here. Another deep ball from the Royals. Once again met from the Tommies defenders. throw in now here for the Royals. So they've got that at the far side. Maybe looking to swing this one into the middle. This one's played back now. Jesus Nova Pseudo has it. He sends this one down low. A nice defensive play there from the Tommies to come forward, and that was Zollner Kraus winning that for the Tommies. We have a throw in now for the Tommies. Cold breeze just picked up here for sure. You can definitely feel that one.
I'm gonna have to ask for some sides on the tent.
Yeah.
Yeah, just or a heater.
Block heater would be nice. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Come on, Wade, step up.
Played down here. The Tommies look to move forward. Well met there from the Royals. Track back hard there, and that was Springer. This one's played down the line.
Getting frustrated right now with the Douglas.
Taken down. It'll be another free kick for the Royals here in the attacking half. It's Wazy standing over top this one here for the Royals. A decent position here, a chance to get this one right into the middle. Got 4 at the top of the 18 right now, and maybe a couple more venturing down low. Falcone standing on the over top of it right now. See if he tries to put this one in with some pace or maybe a little bit higher. We'll see who gets ahead on this one here. Nice ball looking there for the back post. It's just lost there. A nice opportunity though.
Great defending.
Yeah.
You know, having the guy there. Those second balls are so critical to win, and Springer's gonna have to be careful here.
Yeah. That's a second warning now. Early.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you don't need a yellow card because you don't want him to be playing differently. Worried about you have a mistime challenge moving forward in the game. Next thing you know, he's your key player, and you took a red card at this. Now you're done for the tournament.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So you don't need to take these silly little fouls that accumulate to a yellow card.
Another chance here. Agabagi standing over top of this one here. Hard ball, high, played right on net. And this one has gone in. And Luke Ewan is complaining right now. We'll have to look at the replay there. It looks like there may have been some contact on the goalie, but we'll have to see here.
No, I didn't see anything.
Maybe after, if anything. But before it looks like it came to when he lost possession. Either way, it is 1-0 for Douglas.
I don't see much in that myself.
Yeah, maybe just got lost balance there. The ball came in pretty hot, and that's what you like to see. Agabagi plays that one right towards the goalie, and it's not an easy one to handle.
It's not at all. No, especially when you got 4 or 5 players, including your own players around you. And if I saw right there at the end, I think the Tommy's goalie actually got a yellow card too for protesting.
Oh, wow. There we go. Our first goalie card we've seen. This one's played out, and it will be a Royals throw-in now as they lead 1-0 here in the 38th minute. This one's played back now. Wazy carrying it up now. The captain of the Royals playing this one into the middle. Right back to him. Stay tuned in the halftime where our sideline reporter Phil will once again have another interview, this time with Sean Velasco, the athletics and media coordinator for the Douglas College Royals, and that will take place just about a minute or two after the halftime whistle.
Nice turn.
Springer has the ball now. A chance here, a long-range effort, and this one will go far and wide on that far right side post. McCall go back here for the goal kick for the Royals. Definitely taking his time here.
Yeah, why not,
understand?
right?
Yeah, for sure.
And especially if they're not going to press
Yep.
high up the field, so...
This one's played down now to that far side. Falcone has it. And it goes out for a Royals throw-in. This one's played to the near side. Sarasa, nice job there taking that one down. Davidge now carrying this one forward for the Tommies. A nice job there winning that ball back there from the Royals. As you heard McCall, the goalkeeper, yelling at his defenders there to track back, and they did an excellent job there. Pseudo has it now for the Royals, and he's going to play this one back to Beaulieu. This one's sent up. Look to play this one up quickly, intercepted. Looking for Springer now. Maybe we'll see if he can get a foot on this one here. A chance.
Oh.
And he flicks it just high and wide. But another great idea there from
It
the
was,
Tommies.
but good back pressure there though. Didn't make it easy on him. A little bit of a warning sign there for the back four. Just can't give this guy half a chance.
Tough there as well. Yeah, with that back pressure, it forces him. He had to hit that one touch.
He did. Yeah.
No opportunity to take it down and try and bring it around the goalie. But it remains 1-0 for the Royals. This one's played back now. Beaulieu moving to forward. For the Royals, another deep ball looking for Agabagi, the goal scorer. Looking for some support, and he finds it back to Ceres. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Another deep ball right on net. And this one is deflected just wide.
That was a good chance. It really was. I think it dropped over the goalie there, and just didn't get enough on that to put it back into the danger area.
See, here will be another goal kick here for the Tommies. Luke Ewan going to kick this one forward here. This one's sent him now right up the middle. Intercepted, though, from the Royals. Ibrahim winning that one down. And this is a far side now where Yosef's going to take it down. And it will be another Royals throw on that far side of the field. He's going to send this one down, looking for a flick on, and he's got it, but it ends up right back. Chance here for Agabagi now. A long-range effort, a great one, and that just over the bar.
That was close. You could tell the reaction, how close that was when that was hit. I think the bench came off onto their feet there. I thought they thought it was in.
And just look at that Calgary skyline there in the background.
Absolutely
I can't stop
beautiful.
looking at it.
No, I know. We're lucky enough we don't have to look at it on monitor. We can just look to our right, and it's right there.
Definitely a good viewpoint here from the Seiko's Commons field. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Royals still lead 1-0. Nice job boxing out there once again, and it will be another throw-in at that far side for the Royals. This one's played back now to the captain of the Tommies. McKinnon looks to move it forward. Reese plays this one. Looking for Springer, no luck, but the ball's still bouncing around there. It will be a free kick now for the Tommies right in the center.
There's been a lot of that with the Tommies, though. A lot of central play. There's not been a lot of width being used yet.
Great ball, looking for Davidge there in the middle. Couldn't find him, but a dangerous looking ball. This one's set up now. McKinnon winning this one down. Nice move there, just settling things down for the Royals. This one's sent up now. Looking for Agabagi. Nice job defensively there from the Tommies. This one's moved up now. Playing this to the near side of the field. It's Marvasti. Nice ball here. David has it, looking to play this one over. Well defended there from Pseudo, coming back. And a great ball to Falcone now. Maybe a chance to counter. A great ball over the top, and it is offside. Couple steps too soon there for the Royals, and it was looking like it was going to be a quick counter move.
Yeah, 3 touches from their own end, and yeah, he thought he'd released him there.
This one's played short. Zollner Kraus moving this one forward. A nice ball. This one's out to Singh now at that far side of the field. Looking in the middle. Just can't find Springer.
Yeah, he just needed to look up a little bit there, realize he needed another second before he played that ball in to allow his teammate there to get into a good position.
Be another goal kick here for the Royals, where Jake McCall will set things up here, and they're going to play this one short here to that far side for the captain, Wazy. He sends this over to Pseudo. Some pressure now high up the field from the Tommies. Throw in now for the Tommies. We're just about here in stoppage time of the first half.
I don't think we'll see much of that.
Yeah,
Maybe
it can't
a
be
minute.
more than a minute or two for
Yeah,
sure.
Here we go.
A chance here for Agabagi. Maybe he cuts this one back. Blocked. A nice block there defensively there. And it will go once again out for a goal kick. Nice build up there. I don't know about you, but I'd like to see him hit that after the first touch there.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take it down, see what you got, and hit it.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he should be the instinct of a good striker
For
anyways,
sure.
right? Any opportunity you get to go at goal, you take those strikes. You know what? Anything can happen, right? And you know, with the technique that at this level that these players have, if you do the right strike of it, pretty good chance it's going to be giving the goalie some jitters, or it's going to nestle in the back of the net.
Far side of the field now, maybe one more opportunity here for the Tommies. This one's bouncing through. Davids just can't take it down. And Pseudo sends this back into his own end. And that's Josef now setting this one up deep. Easily taken down there from McKinnon. And this one sent high in the air.
It's one of those, if in doubt, just get it out.
Yeah, absolutely. This one's sent up now. A great ball looking for Springer, and he's onside. Looking to cut back into the middle. A chance here. Very well defended there. Brilliantly done. No chance for Springer there, and just 2 defenders tracked back so quickly there for the Royals. This one's sent up deep now, looking for Agabagi in that far side, just out of reach. And that will do it for first half action. Really good first half with the Royals leading 1-0. What did you like in that first half there?
The energy levels from both teams. They were both the pressure that they put onto in the defending zones. I thought that yeah, I think for the Tommies, they just need to get a little bit more composure once they got the ball. Yes, they're putting some good link plays together, but I think in terms of them, just limit some mistakes.
Absolutely, a great first half, and we'll send it to a quick break, and then we will be back with the intermission interview with Phil, joined by Sean Velasco.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our halftime interview. I'm Phil Miani, and I'm joined with Sean Velasco, the Athletics Communication Coordinator for the Douglas College Royals. Sean, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
So I hope Calgary's been good to you so far. Getting into the season that the Royals had, obviously they started slow, 3 straight losses, but then they kind of found their groove over the middle of the season towards the end. What kind of changed in that time?
I think we started a little slow due to some injuries and some personnel not really getting into town on time, and so the team didn't really have time to gel. After those first 3 weekends, they had an opportunity to kind of get together, get on the same page, and come together as a group.
And obviously in the playoffs, beating VIU is no easy feat. Obviously they've been a staple at nationals over the years. So what did that win mean to the program as a whole?
Yeah, absolutely. VIU is a great program. Coach Tour here, he does a great job of preparing the guys. When it was their opportunity to seize the moment, they were able to do that, and they did a great job of that.
And how do you think the altitude has affected the team early on. I know they're probably adjusted now, but early on yesterday, they seemed kind of sluggish. Is that just due to the altitude, due to new surroundings kind of thing?
Yeah, I think, getting used to the cold. And the guys like to, the team really focuses on work rate. And so, kind of getting used to the weather and getting used to the environment, the lighting and all that stuff. They're able to get up their work rate to something that they're acceptable and had a great result yesterday.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you for joining me for this halftime talk. I've been Phil Miani. This is Sean Velasco from the Douglas College Royals. We'll get you back to second half action shortly.
creativity.
See my creativity.
Regarde-moi créer. Joping Chwangi.
See my creativity.
Baddest thing you ever seen. I'm a front page magazine. I'm galactic, baby, I'm a star. It don't matter where you are, you should
For thousands of promotional products at great prices, delivered on time. Trust the promotional product experts at 4imprint.ca. 4imprint, for certain. When the world is watching, your logo needs to be perfect. Trust the promotional product experts. For thousands of promotional products and on-time delivery, go to 4imprint.ca. 4imprint, for certain.
And welcome back for the second half action here in semifinal number 2 between the Douglas College Royals and the St. Thomas Tommies. Royals leading 1-0 going to the second half. What are you expecting here in the second?
I would expect Tommies to come out with a lot of fire here. And if I'm the Douglas coach, I'm telling my players that be expecting this, so we need to match everything on the field. So, I mean, end of the day, this is 45 minutes to play for a national title, right? So, everything's on the line now, and I just expect very similar pace to the first half, and I think we're in for a bamba into the second half.
Absolutely. The clock's not going. Early corner here for the Royals here in the second half. This one played short here from the Royals. Out to the top. This one, a great effort, and I thought that fell in the top corner.
I did too.
That would have been special.
Yeah, that would have maybe matched that goal we saw yesterday.
Yeah. Brilliantly took there. The short corner played to perfection almost.
Yeah.
A great strike.
Yeah. I think the goalie was a little worried when he saw that come off the foot.
Yeah. Coming in hot for sure. Tommy's now look to move up from the back. This one's played down the line, looking up here. No luck. Right into the hands of Luke Ewan. This one's played up now, looking to move forward here are the Tommies. Moving now left to right on your monitor, and the Royals are attacking to the left here. This one's sent up the line now. A nice sliding tackle there at the far side of the field. Goes out for a Tommy's throw-in. This one sent down the line now from the Royals. Looking to send this one into the middle and go out for a throw, and we'll send it down to Phil once more. Phil, you have some quotes from us from the other day?
Yeah, so Captain Ryan McKinnon from the Tommies, he said after the game that everyone was exhausted, but it was their best 90 minutes of the season. He said that playing at 3,800 feet above sea level, the altitude in Calgary, giving them a little bit of trouble early on yesterday. And talking in my halftime interview with the communications coordinator for Douglas College, I asked him about the altitude, and he said, the boys, it did affect them early on, but their coach preaches work rate. So coach, how long does it take for the team to kind of overcome an altitude change that big? Have you ever experienced that?
Not really, no. I mean, we go the other way, right? So, it is tough. Me coming from England, it took me a while to adjust to, a little bit thinner air, and also the dryness as well. You're coming from, an Atlantic province, and you're coming from an Ontario that both are quite a little bit more humidity than we have here in Alberta. So I could imagine, it's a tough transition. So I think that's the reason getting, they were in early for a couple of days anyways, right? So they were able to get a practice in on Tuesday, I believe. So maybe they just got the lungs going a little bit more. But yeah, no, I could tell I could see it being a definitely an issue.
Thanks for that, guys. It's definitely a tough one to move forward, but it's good to see now. Looks they are settling in just fine as they look to move up from the back. A nice pressure there from the Royals. This will be another Royals throw in here, that far side of the field. Flicked on there, and it will be the second early corner here from the Royals. The first one caused a lot of trouble.
It did, yeah.
Almost making it a 2-0 lead. We'll see if they try and go short once again. Would you expect them to go short again here, or just send this one?
You had success on the last one, so why not, right?
Yeah,
so
may as well.
It'll be interesting to see. It doesn't look like I can't see anybody out there right now, so they
changing things up a little bit.
Yeah,
For sure.
If they do go short, well, here we go.
This one's played in. A nice looking ball. Josh flicked on there.
No idea. It's coming close.
Oh yeah, right beside us there for sure. And it will be a Royals throw in here on the near side of the field. Looking for Falcone. Just kept in. And the Tommies send that one up quickly. Looking for Springer, but he wasn't that far up as of yet. Tommies look to move forward now. A nice ball. This is played now to the near side of the field. The Tommies look to attack. It's Josh Keel, pardon me. A nice move there. It's Springer with the ball. Through the defender, looking to swing one in. A great ball. Looking for the back post. Couldn't find anyone. A hard challenge there afterwards. Both players. Looks like the Royals player is still down right now. We'll see if this warrants a whistle or if he's able to get up. And it looks like he is under his own power right now, which is good to see. McKinnon looks to play this one down the line. Sudo, a great job there to keep that in. Just such quick feet. And the little dummy move there to let it go right back to his defender. You have to be confident to pull off a move like that.
Oh, 100% you do. Like, it was so good. He's such a good player to watch.
Yeah.
He's so exciting.
This one's moved up now, and here comes the Tommies. This one's played down, out of the reach, and it will come right to Jacob McCall of the Royals. 7 minutes, pardon me, into the second half. Some good action, some good pressure from the Royals early on here. This one's played through. Falcone pressuring McKinnon, and this one will slow back all the way into the Tommies' half. Played back to Ewan. To the near side to McKinnon. And what a strike that was on the half volley. A giveaway through the middle of the field. That would have been another special.
Yeah, they're probing here, right? They've a couple of close misses, and but come from giveaway there, right? That was very uncharacteristic of the captain to do that, and yeah, they need to do a little bit more of this right here. What we're just watching right now, just
looking to play this now with the near side of the field, and here comes the Royals. A nice job there to track back, and that was Grace here setting this one up, looking for Springer. Flicked on now. St. Thomas looking to move forward. That was Josh Oakes sending this one up. And a foul there, and a great position now for the Tommies. It's about 30 yards, maybe just under 30 yards out. Are you giving this to go, or are you telling your guys to give it a go?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Always. And centrally, it's always hard to find a, you know, like a little flick up or something like that.
Yeah.
Especially you're down in the game right now. You know what? One good strike on net and test the goalie.
For sure.
You know, he hasn't been tested too much. His hands and his feet are probably cold at the moment. So give it a go and get it on net, and make sure you got some guys following it in case he spills it, if he gets to it.
And it's definitely, you know, if it's a bit closer to that 18, it's not easy to get it up and down.
No.
There is room here to have a good effort and get this ball to get up there and try and pick a corner from here as well.
Yeah, 100%. And I think you can, and even a curler will work from here too. So
we'll see. It looks like right now Springer is standing on top of it, but there is still a Royal player down there in front of the Royals net. Some good pace to start this second half for sure, though.
yeah, it started the same as the first half did, and you know what? It never dropped. Like, it went the whole time, and they're going to, they're talking it through right now that what they need to do. You know, they've Douglas has had a couple of good chances here in the start of this second half, and they've weathered a bit of a storm, and now they have their chance of their own.
Absolutely, and that was Ibrahim down for the Douglas College Royals, but looks like he is up now, which is great to see, and hopefully he's able to continue on. But in the meantime, the Royals will be down to 10 men. Looks like it is just going to be Springer standing on top of this one there. But Ben Davidge is also standing a little farther away You got the righty in Springer and the lefty in David, maybe just trying to get the goalie off guard. But I think this is Springer all the way.
I do too. And the goalie's in good position. They're looking at the monitor here in the center. Gives himself an opportunity to, if he can see the ball, to be able to react whichever side it's going to.
And here we go. An attempt there from Springer, not what he was looking for, but definitely a good effort on goal.
Yeah. No, he didn't get the strike he was looking for there. I think he could see that corner was the best option, and just didn't get the direction he was looking for on the strike.
The Royals now looking to move up from the back, and they'll send this all the way back to the goalkeeper, McCall. And Ibrahim is back on the field for the Royals, and we're back to 11v11. Falcone with some good pace there, and this one will roll out for a Royals throw in deep in the Tommy's half.
He has to be one of the fastest players, I think, in this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Falcone.
Yeah.
Every time you see him go, he's just...
a lot of pace there.
Yeah, he has.
Looking to send that one up there. That far side out of the field. It's once again Falcone on it. Will be... you can hear them asking for a long throw there. It's number 12, Scott Seres, and we'll see here. The team is calling for a long throw. Do you think they go right into the 18 here?
Well, why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, again, you've got some height advantage. Yeah.
And there it is.
They had nobody in there to attack it, though.
It was a great throw for sure, but yeah, it didn't seem like anyone was ready to attack that.
No, I think in one of those situations, if you're going to set something up like that, you treat it more like a corner.
Yeah.
Like get your full centre backs up in there and see if you can create something.
Throwing once again for the Royals of that far side, looking to send this one down the line. A nice cut back there. And it will be a third corner of this second half here for the Royals. Two good-looking corners thus far.
I think you put it in on the keeper again here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
See here, they're all setting up for the runs here. They've got one at the top there, and that's Ibrahim at that far side. Looks more like a setup there, as there's a lot of players inside the 18-yard box. A nice high one in there, and it is hammered out. Springer's trying to get on the end of this one. Pseudo plays this back. And it will be tough to tell from that angle there.
Yeah,
I thought it was a lot closer than that than it was.
Well, the goalie comes running, and then he turns around, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. And it looks like Ewan's going to play this one short here to the captain, McKinnon, looking for some support here on the near side. He's going to send this one over, but it will go out for a Royals throw in here at the near side right in front of us.
I think actually be thankful that did go out, because he put his goalie in a lot of pressure there if it didn't.
Royals now looking to throw this one in. It's Josef looking for some support. He plays this one down the line. Ibrahim to Falcone. Still holds possession, trying to get around McKinnon there. This one's turned, taken down. Incidental contact there for sure. This one's played up now. The Tommies looking to counter. Wazy now has it. Falcone's calling for it on the near side. A nice tackle there. Really well done there from the Royals. And they have an opportunity now to counter. This is a great ball played into the middle. Cut through. McKinnon trying to clear it out. And this one comes just to the top of the 18. The far side now. See if he can try and get a corner or a free kick. A nice job there, though, from the Tommies. And they've earned a free kick, but the ref's going to play advantage. And they look to counter now. A great run here on the near side for the Tommies. And that's Josh Keel now with the ball. But well defended from Wazy of the Royals.
Quality defending right there.
You can see why he is the captain. He's having himself another great game here on the defensive side of the ball. Just so calm back there, and he's able to track back quickly. Always seems like he's in the right position.
Yeah, he is, and that's experience right there, right? Knowing where to be, and then once you get into those positions, getting your body right where keep it simple, get the ball back to your supporting player, and redo it.
Nice turn there. McKinnon for the Tommies puts this one into the middle. Oak sends this one down low to Davidge and out to the far side of the field. She has it down there. Still holding possession. The Tommies now trying to get this one in. The top of the 18 now. The ball's played to the top now. An opportunity here. It's a nice strike and just over that top corner there, but a great look and much more promising from the Tommies there.
Yeah. That'll give them a little bit of a spark, hopefully, and a little bit of belief that they can get back in this game here with 30 minutes left.
This game has definitely gone by pretty quickly,
It has,
though. It is a great pace to it, and it is very entertaining thus far. This one's played through now. The Royals look to move forward. Joseph has it here. He plays it to the near side. This one swung a great ball in the middle, just out of the reach, though. And the bouncing ball, though, Ewan lost it for a sec, but a great ball there played into the middle.
And we saw that yesterday in the Douglas game too. The second goal that they scored with the bad bounce. Well, I don't know if it was a bad bounce in the middle, but yeah, goalies seem to have trouble in this side with the bounce of the ball.
We'll definitely keep an eye on that moving forward. A great run there, though, at the far side of the field. This one's played into the middle. Flicked on now. Springer trying to get on the end of this one. A nice defensive play there, though, from the Royals. This one's on the near side now. Keel looking to swing this one in. He has no support right now. He plays this one back, though. And it will go out of play, and it will be a Royals throw-in.
It's like a home game for the
Right?
Tommies here.
We'll see if we get a replay on that one there, and it was McKinnon taking him down on the near side. Didn't necessarily see what happened. Not sure if he just got stood in the foot, maybe potentially, or. And when it's cold, though, those hurt a lot more.
They do. Yeah, if somebody stood on my toes right now, I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be on the ground, too.
Yeah.
No free kick, though. It is just a throw-in for the Royals on this near side in their defensive half. We do have a substitution here, and we will send it over to our sideline reporter, Phil, where he'll let us know who came off and is coming on for the Royals. Phil?
So yes, Riku Suga came off for the Royals, and it looks like Duncan Bates has come on in his place.
Thank you, Phil. And that is the first sub that we've seen thus far in the contest. Definitely a couple more expected later on today. Royals have a throw-in once again on this near side of the defensive half for them. Looking for some support down the line here. Not a lot of movement right now. This one's a nice job flicked on there, but the Royals lose possession, and this one's played now to that far side as the Tommies look to move forward. It's Chi with it, playing this up the middle. Reese with it now. He sends this over. Back to McKinnon. McKinnon plays this one down the line. Keel. Nice ball into the middle. A nice turn there, taken down from Sudo. Not happy with the call there. But
No, I didn't. Maybe he did catch the trailing leg there. I didn't.
It was a great turn move there, but it was tough to tell if he just clipped the outside of the foot, maybe. Either way, the Tommies look to move forward now. Tommy's looking to move forward here. A nice ball. They're trying to swing this to the far side. A nice header there. And it will be a Tommy's throw-in. A nice job keeping that one in here, and they try and thump this one up the field. The Royals will try and apply some pressure as Evan Reese slowly grabs this one here for the Tommies. A nice quick ball played there, and this one's back as they look to switch this over. This is back to the goalkeeper, Ewan. A giveaway. An opportunity here. A nice turn move there from the goal scorer, Agabagi. On a great ball played through. an opportunity
Offside.
here. It is offside, though. Very close
That
call
was,
there.
yeah, just a second too early.
Dangerous looking ball for sure there. A second earlier, and that could have been a 2-0 game,
Yeah.
and almost ended
Absolutely.
it off there.
Yeah.
I think this game is a lot less chippy than I was kind of expecting today. I mean, anything can change, but
I think after watching these two teams, as we said off there, that I think Douglas probably weren't happy with their performance yesterday, and I think we're seeing a lot more of what they're about today. And as for the Tommies, like Phil said in talking about, that was the best 90 minutes that they played yesterday, and it's hard to emulate that in the next game. And I know with a lot on the plate, but I mean also kudos to Douglas on how quick they're closing them down. They're not giving them anything. We haven't really seen Springer be able to get. We've had one half opportunity, but other than that, it's been a tough thing for them to get out of their own zone with any. Went the other way. I was just watching that on the screen there, and I thought that was.
Yeah, I thought that was going the other way too. Nonetheless, will be a Tommy's free kick there, and like you mentioned, we saw it so many times yesterday where they were able to find Springer at the top, and he was able to use his pace, and we just haven't seen that so far tonight.
No, we haven't. They haven't been able to get quality balls like they did yesterday. Just to give him an opportunity to be able to shine and do what he does best, and take players on and get strikes on goal, right? So, but good opportunity here. If they can get a good ball, this is what you want from this. You need a really good delivery and give your players an opportunity to attack this.
And we'll see here. It's Josh Keel looking to send this one into the middle. A nice looking ball, just wide, and McCall tips that one out. It will be goal kick.
That was a great ball in.
That was a very good looking ball.
Yeah, that was a good chance right there.
67 minutes into this contest, still 1-0 for the Douglas College Royals. We'll send it over to our sideline reporter, Phil, one more time, who has a couple scoring updates from today's matches. Phil?
Yeah, so we have our women's bronze semifinals taking place tomorrow. We have Sate against Capilano, and Fanshawe will be taking on Humber. Well, Vanier and St. Foy will get the day off in preparation for the gold medal final on Saturday in the women's bracket.
Awesome. Thanks, Phil. And we'll have the full bracket of the men's side at the conclusion of this game as well moving forward. But a chance now here for the Royals to try and make it two. Well defended there from Evan Reese of the Tommies. This one's played in right into the hands of Luke Ewan. And he's going to send this one up here. Pseudo knocks him over there, and it looks like we do have a yellow. And you can see there, Grace here trying to fire up the crowd, and they definitely like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And, you know, the energy that they bring means a lot to the players. So if they can keep bringing it, it is huge for them.
It is. It's like a 12th player.
For sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll say the same thing on there, right?
Yeah.
On a cold night like this, and, you know, some things are not going your way, you're not playing as well. You know, any little advantage you can gain, and if these fans behind us here can give them that little bit of a push, who knows, right? They may be able to get that second, third wind.
This one's to the far side now. It is a foul this time on the Tommies, and definitely the right call there. And we do have another substitution. Looks like one from each team. And for the Tommies, we have Ben Davidge coming off the field.
And you got 7 going.
And we do have a sub as well for the Royals. Falcone coming off the field for the Royals. And for Douglas, for Falcone, it will be Aguilar coming on to the field. Falcone had a great game so far for the Royals, for sure. I'm kind of surprised to see him coming off.
Yeah.
And coming on the field for St. Thomas is William Benoit, who had himself a good performance yesterday after coming on as a sub.
Yep. Yeah, and maybe trying to give him some life here and give him a little bit of a boost.
Some quick pressure there, and that could have been something else if he deflected that one in. The Royals once again looking to move forward. A long-range effort. First touch of the game for Aguilar. He swings this one and looking to get ahead. Nicely done there from the captain, McKinnon, to win that one down for the Tommies. As this one is sent in, and it will be grabbed easily from Ewan. 20 minutes to go here. This one's played short to McKinnon. He's looking for some support here on the near side of the field. Keel sending this one up. Looking for the 1-2. Couldn't connect, but it will go out for a Royals throw-in. Looking for some movement right now. This one sent down the line and headed right back out once again from St. Thomas, and that one was Josh Oakes heading that one out of play